the mission. But if you do get it done, are there names in the back of your head swirling? Are you watching anybody else right now and going, man, I'm ready for that guy. I could take that guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. You know, I want all the top guys. My dream fight has always been Xander. He just won a world title.
I just saw Xander in Florida too.
Yep, and I'm
gonna let him know next time.
I think that's a great fight. Once he moved up to 160, I'll be a contender then. But Patrick Teixeira, he was talking a lot of junk.
Okay,
he's a veteran and he was a former world champion. But it's about that time I step it up, right? I'm fighting his former teammate now, and if I beat him, is he gonna see me? I hope he's watching. I I want him, and then all the Nico Walsh, I want all of them.
Ooh, Nico Ali Walsh. Okay, I like that.
I want all the prospects, and I want to step it up. Every fight, I want to step it up. So.
I love the attitude. He's the new can man. Anybody can get it. Come on. Come on now.
Amir Anderson, cannot wait. See you at the press conference tomorrow, sir.
Appreciate it, my man. Thanks, brother. What a guy, man.
What a guy. I mean, there's not much more that you could say. He's just a positive energy, great fighter.
Had you cheesing, called you beautiful and everything.
Listen. I might have to bring a rose to the press conference. I don't know.
Well, dude, listen. Speaking of high level and things involved in a high level camp, we have Demi Sims. Mm-hmm. It's just, by the way, no big deal. Tony Sims, father coach. That's pretty freaking awesome. Almost cursed live on YouTube. That's pretty awesome. I didn't even, in my head, I saw the last name and I went, wait a second. Is that
him?
Yeah.
The
So
guy who trained.
I just got to meet Tony, got to shake his hand. That was a moment in its own right. But that tells you what Demi's going to be bringing to the ring. High level coaching, discipline, work ethic, years of training. It doesn't get better than being a pupil of Tony Sims.
And for those that might not be aware, Tony Sims has trained the likes of Anthony Joshua, Connor Ben, and now Daniel Dubois.
Dubois in camp now as well. Big time names, big time results with Tony. Like that, you go to camp with him. And by the way, Joey Essex, who's also on this card as well, is going to be training with Tony. That's his nephew. You go to camp with Tony, it's no nonsense. He's going to put you through the ringer. He's going to make whatever boxing ability you have, he's going to bring the best of it out. Whether it's, okay, I'm a little average, I'm a great, he's going to make you one step above that. And just by being in camp with him. So I'm super excited for Demi.
And that's the question, right? Boxing experience. While both ladies are making their debut, I have a sinking suspicion.
Look at her in her shadow boxing. That looked like somebody that just picked up boxing a couple months ago. No, of course not. That's in the gym your entire life. That's being able to pick up the sport, have fundamental movements. And again, we're not going to see too much as far as the fight's concerned, but you see patterns in people that understand. Like, look at her feet, look at the weight distribution, look at, again, the head movement, level changing. My goodness, I don't know how I've been screaming from the rooftops for a Misfits women's fight for someone to level change.
Yeah.
Just do it one time, right?
Here.
Level change.
Come here.
Yeah, one time to the body, then upstairs, and you'll have magnificent results. And by the way, Elle Brooke did it and damn near knocked out Paige Van Zandt. So that's the stuff you're getting on just a base level. But when you see her move around, this is years of work. This isn't just a couple of months of training.
And look, if you're going to put Bam Bam on your back, then you better bring some thunder on Saturday night, right?
Facts.
That's a nickname you got to live up to.
I like that, Bam Bam. I like that. And in camp, mine was Pillow Hands. That was me. So
Pillow Hands.
Yeah, Pillow Hands. That's what I brought too. You know, what
they call me No Hands. No hands, no chin, Ben.
No chin, Ben is crazy. Demi, are you done?
Demi, come on in here.
Yeah, let's chat. I like her shoes, man. The Everlast white Elites.
Everything about this is all style from Demi Sims.
Demi, how you doing?
Demi, we talked at length about your father, Tony. Can you illustrate to us the background that you have in boxing through him?
Yeah, so obviously my dad's like a professional coach. And
one of the best, by the way.
One of the best. And so, yeah, like growing up with boxers my whole life, sort of got an insight as to how they train, their training camp. Sorry, I need water.
Can we get her a water, please?
Yeah, Tony, do you have a water?
Can we get her some water?
It's hard desert. Yeah, so I've had a little insight. And yeah, I knew I was going to be in for like a tough time. But you don't realise how tough until you get into the ring and start getting punched in the face. But it's good because my dad's the best, so I'm in safe hands.
Yeah, Demi, you didn't have to fight, right? This is not something you have to do. So I always am curious because this is crossover boxing. Why do it? What was your driving factor for having your first fight?
For me, like I've always enjoyed just hitting the pads, hitting the bag.
Yeah.
And I thought that Misfits looks good. It looks a bit of me. It looks like a challenge. I don't have to do it. I can just carry on doing TV. But yeah, as I said, my dad's the best in the game, and I knew if I had him coaching me, then why not? Let's do
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you expecting from your opponent?
I don't know. I know obviously she's had a fight before, so she's a little bit more experienced than me in that. But I've watched a little bit of her fight, and I've been, sparring people similar to her. So, yeah, I'm expecting it to go the way I want it to go.
Staying in control.
I want to know, though, it's got to be a weird, not weird, but maybe a different dynamic now, going from, watching your dad train some of the highest level pros in the game to now being trained by him from father to coach. Has it been an adjustment a little bit?
Yeah, of course. It's a massive adjustment, and especially for my dad. Like, he's never had to train one of his daughters or his sons or anything like that. So it's a massive adjustment, and in the family. But I think it'll be exciting. I think hopefully when I get the victory, it'll feel like victory for both of us.
Yeah.
Well, while we got you, we might as well bring Tony up for a quick moment. Tony, hop in here.
He's got her liquid as well. There we go.
So, Tony, what has the experience been like training your daughter for this fight?
Well, different, yeah, definitely. Because I didn't expect her to ever box. She's the youngest. She's the youngest in the family, so I never expected her to fight. And then, obviously, earlier this year, she decided she wanted to go in Misfits and started training. And I said, listen, if you really want to do it, I'll help you. But if you're going to mess around, then I won't help you. But she's trained really hard, and she's enjoying the training, the sacrifices you have to make. She's done that. So and she's looking forward to boxing Saturday.
Listen, Tony, we know you run a no-nonsense camp. Pretty much everybody that's been there has said, you put it on them there. Has it been the same here? Has there been a little bit of, maybe we hold back a little bit? How has it been? Have you been really putting her through the ringer?
Yeah, no, she's been training with all the professionals.
Oh, yeah.
So she's, been
That's
doing
different.
the sort of drills that professionals do. And she's only been, obviously training this year. So
Yeah.
It's
And she by the way, for just this year, it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
It looks like someone that has been in a gym and has clearly moved around and understands boxing a little more than just an average influencer walking in, right? So there's a little bit of, at least eye experience there watching.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she's obviously followed my career. She's been to a lot of fights. Yep. She knows about boxing.
Yeah.
But actually performing and doing boxing
Completely
is a different thing. So she's done well, and I'm really proud of her the way she's done in the gym. She's knuckled down, and she's done everything I told her to do.
Yeah.
So I said to her, just go out and enjoy yourself on Saturday night. It'd be a great experience.
Let's go. We're ready.
I love it. Tony, Demi, thank you guys so much. We'll see you at the press conference tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. No big deal.
No biggie.
Just interviewing Tony Sims.
Just
No big
Tony
deal.
Sims. When
Just
you
Tony
think
and
about
Demi. Just the best.
When you think about that high-level experience, right? You, for your first fight, got to train with BJ Flores, a guy that brings that wealth of knowledge as well. Going from nothing.
Don't act like you're not training with BJ now, too.
We'll talk about that later.
You saw you're like, Wade looked like that. Trust.
I was like, Wade learned how to jab? I might as well learn, too. No, but talk to me about that, right? You're not just training with Joe Schmo down the street. This is world-level, high-class experience.
Yeah. I mean, you have to take it seriously, right? Like, one of the biggest problems with some of the people that think they want to come into Misfits and it's going to be a big opportunity to get some clout or, to get in front of a big audience. Yeah, that's a great opportunity, but then you still have to fight. Yeah. Right? All the press conference stuff, all this stuff, it's great. It's a fantastic way to build your brand, but you still got to fight. And at the end of the day, if you don't take that part seriously and you're doing everything else, it's going to get you hurt very badly. There is no games in this sport, right? You don't play boxing. So I went to BJ for that reason, right? I was like, listen, BJ is trained, obviously his star pupil we know is Jake Paul, but he's also a world-class fighter in his own right, and he keeps things very simple for a person learning to box. And for me, as a super over-analyzer, I was like, wait, don't we need to be doing this and that? And I got to do a breakdown video on myself.
Wait, stop moving. Stop moving.
It's like my brain is moving like 20 times a minute, but it was very, very succinct. It was little stuff that we worked on just day after day meticulously until I got it perfect. And if I didn't, we'd be there for hours doing the same thing over and over until I got it. And that was the stuff I needed. But in the end, working with a high-level coach is definitely what you need.
And that might be my expectation from Demi Sims, right? Someone who knows all the fundamentals and has sharpened them to a core. I love it. X Series 22, the open workouts. We will continue in just a moment here on YouTube.
Yeah, I think so.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at the Football Museum in Manchester. Have we got a buzz on that or not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that clean or is there a buzz? That's good. Now try that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Testing the mic. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all right. So that's the 2 mics perfect. Yeah. Right?
Folks, welcome back to Manchester X Series 22, live on pay-per-view on Dazn, August 30th. Here at the Open Workouts, we're going to keep things rolling. Ben the Bane Davis, Wade Plem here, and next up, it's Darren Harris, debuting here at Misfits, but a title fight against Carla Jade, the women's lightweight throne up for grabs, Wade. High stakes.
Yeah, listen, it's high stakes. When you're fighting for the Misfits belt, it does feel like a bigger fight. Carla, super experienced, not only on Misfits, but now with gold on her shoulder, right? So it's been a couple of these now where she's had these big fights, big opportunities. The last one was on, well, it wasn't my undercard. I was on the undercard. You know, no.
It's the Wade pay-per-view.
The Wade concept. Like, subscribe. No, it was on Darren Till's undercard, and I didn't get to see the fight because I was actually fighting. Had to go back and watch. Close fight. A little controversial on the decision, but a champion understands how to get it done. In close fights, in tight windows, doing the things that matter most to get the decision. Carla's experience there. Darren, we don't know what we're going to get.
Really a fight where both sides have a bit to prove.
Yeah.
Carla Jade wanting to put a stamp on what was a, closely contested title affair last time out. She's going to say, no more. I'm putting
She
her
going to
away.
wag her finger like that?
Just like that, through the boxing glove. And for Darren Harris, right, if you're getting a title shot in your debut, you got to prove why it was given to you.
Right.
You have to see, this is why I was thrown into the top of the division at my first crack at the Misfits ring.
I mean, you've seen it in some other promotions recently, guys stepping in and getting a title shot right away. And sometimes it works out great because their skill level proved they were worth that spot. Sometimes it doesn't because you walked in after maybe doing some stuff over here and being in this promotion and not being on that level. This is Darren's first fight. Here at Misfits, are you on that level? Carla has shown me that she can box a little bit. She'll break some faces if it comes to it. I don't know what we're going to get out of Darren, but maybe we'll see a little bit in the open workout. It is fun, though, to have a bit of the mystery. No Pineda. I ain't talking mystery opponent. No Pineda.
He's going to show up if
even
you
though
mention
he
him.
might,
He's Joe Hendry, man. I mean, watch out.
What's going on? But it does have a bit of intrigue when you come on Misfits and people don't know much about you. Same with me in my fight. There was a little bit of mystery, and I think that's why people watch in some of these cases is to see a little bit of the allure of, can you actually fight?
And I actually commentated Darren Harris's last fight at CFL. She
Yeah.
took on power slapper Mikey Brown and looked really good. Now, Mikey did land a number of uppercuts that snuck through the guard, but Darren Harris faced the adversity, rose to the occasion.
We got a little something here.
And got it done. Look at this.
She can throw a little bit. So this is what I wanted to know because I hadn't seen a ton of Darren, so I wanted to kind of see what we were going to get.
Pivots, right
Moving
hand,
off to the
straight
right
shots.
side, right? Trying to roll under the right hand. And you just want to see balance. That's what you want to see when you're looking at mid stuff. You just want to see balance. Are they going to fall over themselves when just hitting the mids? Because that's a massive indicator that if you're not ready to hit the mids, you're definitely not ready to be in the ring. So if you can do that, that's already a number one indicator. You got the coach holding mids and yelling and do. That right there is multitasking, son.
I would love to see the fighter that's bad on mitts but then can just fight amazingly. You know what I mean, right?
Well,
The
Chase
reverse
Demore
of it.
is going to be here later, so that's probably where we're going to see that. Shout out my guy Chase.
Darren
But-
brings such a multi-layered background in combat sports, has competed in kickboxing before, I believe. So when
Okay.
it comes to striking, right, her stand-up is well-rounded. Obviously, though, in boxing, Wade, we condense it to just two things, left and right hand.
Yeah, listen, when you step into boxing out of any other combat sport, some people think it's a little easier. Great combo there. Some people think it's a little easier. Some people think it's a little more difficult because the range is different. The exchanges are different. The amount of defense to offense transition, how you defend is different. But what I do like from Darren here is you're seeing combination punching. You're not just seeing one or two. Again, I would like to see some level change.
Well, I was going to say level. She threw a couple body shots.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get some more combos downstairs. There's a left,
Right.
there's a right, then goes up to the chin.
Yeah, so you're seeing someone that's clearly experienced and, like you said, has some fights under her belt, kickboxing and in another promotion in boxing. So you're seeing some experience there. And this is what you wanted to see when Carla Jade was about to fight again. You wanted to see someone that was going to push her, someone that was going to be a step up. And we kind of saw that in her last fight. This one is the real deal. This one's, okay, the last one was close, a little bit controversial potentially. You need to go out and prove why you're champion again. And if you beat Darren, like, this is legit stuff. You beat Darren, that proves it. That seals it to me.
And what's interesting for Darren Harris here is, look, if you are successful and win this fight.
Dang, your mic went out. You want to take mine?
Look, what's interesting here is you win this fight, you become the champion. No easy fights here in Misfits. I know Melanie Shaw is chomping at the bit, BKFC veteran, right? That could be a first title defense for Darren Harrison. So it suggests the confidence is there. She goes, I'm going to take out the champion, and then every deserving title challenger after that.
Yeah, I mean, again, you come to Misfits for a reason. It's not just because of the high level of eyes and exposure that you want. There's clearly more of a reason, more of a want with Darren than just fighting on Misfits. It's fighting for the belt. Like, that's a pointed decision. There's probably so many other girls that she could have fought in her debut, had a great debut, knock someone unconscious, walk off, and then call out the champion. Stepping into this kind of fight at this level this early shows there's a deeper plan. It shows her experience level.
But it does prove the progression of influencer fighting, right? Going through CFL, the lower scene, now making it to Misfits, right? People love to conjecture about the health of the crossover scene, but clearly it's doing all right.
Well, even, yes, there's now a little bit of a hierarchy as to how you get to Misfits, which I love. Because, let's be honest, about 2 years ago, pretty much anybody could get on Misfits. And it was like, what are we doing? But now you need to have a little bit of not only a following, which is the most important part of being on this platform, but also some experience, some dedication to actually fighting. We talked about it earlier. People love the whole open workouts and taking our picture and doing the press conference, but you still got to fight. Now that's a big priority, and now you're seeing just the level of fighters going up and up and up to the point where, again, we have Darren Till and Luke Rockhold the main event, and everybody on the undercard is going to try to keep pace with that, which is a difficult task, but again, you can see here, Darren's ready to go.
Illustrate to me the potential nerves associated with fighting for a title in your first fight.
You got it. A little switcheroo there. Yeah, I mean, listen, when I can just speak, from my experience. When I went out there in my first one, it wasn't necessarily nerves as much as it was like angst. Like, I want to get going, right? And you can tell. That doesn't look like this doesn't look like nerves. This looks like I'm ready to fight. Because how many times have you been thinking about it in camp? Training
Every
for
day,
it. Every
yeah.
night. You're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And then you get to fight week, and it's getting closer, but it almost feels like it's slower getting here. Like, okay, we're at fight week, and then things just start to drag out further, and you're like, come on, it's got to be time. And finally, when you get in there, at least, again, for me, the nerves were gone. It was just like, I have a job. I'm going to go out there and give everything I have, and if it works out for me, great. If it doesn't, whatever. But I'm coming in here to win. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
I want to go in and fight now. That's time. So.
And either way the cookie crumbles, a breakdown's coming.
The breakdown's coming after. Listen, we're getting a bag after the bag. You know what I'm saying? It rolls
Maximize,
right in.
baby,
It rolls right
maximize.
in.
But what I love seeing about Darren here in this moment is the smiling, is the looseness, right? She clearly is not having any weight on the shoulders. She's just pumped up for this opportunity.
Yeah, and again, we're early in fight week. And again, I spoke to my experience, but we've seen other guys. She's enjoying that camera work. We've seen other guys and girls
And it's on us.
not be as, friendly when it comes to the press conference and the cameras and everything else. And then we've also seen people that do get a little nervous, and it does affect them, right? And these are the bright lights. This isn't your local show. This is a worldwide show. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. We'll see how it goes on weigh-in day. But as I'm looking right now, Darren looks sharp. She looks excited. We're going to help her out of the ring there.
And here she comes.
Doesn't look like she has any nerves at the moment. How are you?
I'm good. Sweaty now?
I mean, you're shining, and I'm not talking about the sweat. That chain is it's blinding me here.
That is a lot of
She's working
of
out with more
hardware.
money on her neck than I got at all. My bank account don't have that kind of money.
We have to represent Miami and New York. So, you know, we do it big over there.
Cuban chain. I love it. Darren, Cuban coach as well.
That's right, Cubano, baby. Let's go.
Talk to me about this fight. Title shot in the debut. You have earned this spot here on Misfits, and it's finally arrived. How are you feeling?
Feeling really good. This is going to be my 6th fight this year. Started boxing in January, going undefeated. Will remain undefeated. Now going to be the champion, so I'm very freaking excited. I'm going to bring the heat. I'm going to bring the pressure. If you guys saw my last fight in CFL, we made so many adjustments. I've gotten so much better. Thank you to my coach Domingo and my gym KO Zone and all my sponsors. So I'm just really fucking excited for the opportunity. Sorry to curse, but all glory to God. I manifested this. Jesus Christ did this, and I'm just following in his path. So thank you so much.
You said it was your 6th fight this year?
Yeah.
So we've been working.
That's frequency.
We're barely halfway through the year. 6 fights. This is a Mike Tyson
He's going to
record.
fight 20 times by the end of the
Mike
year.
Mike Tyson level, man. It was 15 in 1 year.
Yeah.
But Demi, or excuse me, Darren, talk to me about why that's important for you and how that helped you get ready for a title shot here in Misfits. 6 fights already. And again, other promotions really doesn't matter. Now you're on the big stage, and it gives, I think, a little bit more cachet to you getting that title shot.
Yeah, I mean, this means everything to me. Like I said, I manifested this. I wrote it down on the board in like January. I had one boxing fight, and I was like, I'm going to be the Misfits Undisputed Champion. I told myself I was going to win by KO. It happened. I wrote everything down. I pray every single day. So, I mean, I've just been putting in so much work, and someone has to pay for it, and her name is Carla Jade.
So you wrote a lot down. Did you write down you're going to win this one by KO as well?
I don't want to say anything, but I'm going to pressure her, and hopefully she breaks. That's my plan.
It sounds like she's manifesting a stoppage. Darren, when you think about Carla Jade, right, what are you looking to exploit? Where is the champ weak?
She thinks she has a good jab, but mine is better. She thinks she's strong, but I'm stronger. She thinks she's fast, but I'm faster. And she might be tall, but I'm going to kill that girl to the body, put her on the ropes, and I'm actually going to cut off this ring. And all the last opponents couldn't cut off the ring. They were chasing her. So at the end of the day, I know exactly what I need to do, and I'm very, very prepared. So
Wade's been asking for level changes in
Ain't
footwork.
nothing
And
left to say. She said level change and go to the body, and I'm set. Now I'm ready to watch. I can't wait. This is going to be insane.
I love it. Darren, can't wait to see you at the press conference tomorrow.
Shaking gloves now. That's what we're doing. There you go.
good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Thank
again
you.
as well.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, come on.
She's the complete
She's
package.
ready, dude.
She's the complete package. Has the skills, has the
6 fights
personality.
in 1 year.
That's
You
crazy.
didn't come with that information. I didn't know that. I thought you were going to hit me with that on the slide.
To be fair, we both learned it at the same time, Wade.
I mean, dude, that's why now I'm even more juiced for this title shot, because you just don't know, when someone says, I've got a fight, or I've done this, even, I've had a fight on another promotion, how much experience do you really have?
Yeah.
When someone takes 6 fights in 7 months, 8 months, that's dedication. And again, you heard the manifestation. I'm writing it down. I'm winning by knockout. I came here for this purpose. This is going to be awesome.
And you keep it warm. That frequency, making the walk 6 times so far in 2025, keeping it warm as well. And talking about warmth, let's
get
heat
hot.
up this
Let's
booth
get hot, baby.
by taking in the head honcho himself, Mams Taylor, inside the building.
What's up, man? It's good to see you again, man. Yeah. Man, is this guy jacked or what? What are we doing here?
The weight loss routine, the strength and conditioning, I've seen it. Nashville is cooking up something big.
It's just you wear your little sister's
I
T-shirt.
was going to say, is it an extra medium we got on? What are we doing here, dude?
It makes you look
That's
bigger.
my strategy. Look, you know what I'm saying? That's what I do.
Mams-
I'm trying. Man.
How surreal is this, right? Wade playing back on Misfits. He fought earlier this year, and now, boom, he is in the broadcast team.
He just had a little holiday. He always belonged on Misfits. We know that. Let's face it.
I said this when we kind of first came on camera. It has felt like a homecoming. It really has. It feels good to be back. It feels like, honestly, it feels like where I should be, to be honest with you. And I appreciate Mams for bringing me back and putting things aside and really just being a good dude to me. So this is awesome, man. I can't wait for Saturday.
No, and behind the scenes, I think we've been talking for a while
Yeah.
anyway. So we had a little spat, but it didn't really last long. We started, We've had a good relationship.
It was heated.
Someone called someone a small cowboy, and
It was heated for a bit.
I was fine with that, by the way.
He like sends me a picture. He's like, yeah, cowboy hat
on his horses. Yeah. All right, let's talk about this card. X Series 22, August 30th at the AO Arena. All the action headlined by Till and Rockhold Mams. What are you most looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to the whole thing. I don't have. It's hard for me to pick a favorite because every fight has a purpose. Every fight, there's a reason for the fight. It's not just like randomly, let's put this guy against this guy. Even if some fans can't see it, there's a strategy. If this guy wins, then I've got a plan for him. 2-3 steps ahead for everybody, you know?
Yeah, it does feel like this is one of your more stacked cards because you look and, yeah, you talked about the main event. Our co-main event, we have Tony freaking Ferguson on a Misfits card. And then we have Dylan Dennis. By the way, I saw that face-to-face you did with Dennis. I was like, is that going to go over well? That's my boy.
You got a little heated. Sat down, and the first thing I said was, look, I'll play nice if you play nice. And he was like, they got you doing this thing?
But that's the level of fighter we have on it. It's credit to Mams because when we first started this with Misfits, it was almost exclusively influencers, right? And he had really talked about bringing it to crossover boxing, bringing in more people. And that's what he's done with this card. And I think it just adds so much weight and levity and respect to what they're doing here at Misfits because of these big names and big-time matchups.
And we talked about him, but I want to expand upon this a little deeper. First ever Misfits MMA bout to take place this Saturday. Dylan Dennis a part of it. I know you've been excited about breaking into the MMA side of things for a while, Mams. It's finally arrived.
It's the first of many. We're keeping it simple for this one, but we've put a lot of work into a new aesthetic, a new rule set. That will be launched in 26, early 26, and we've been working really hard on that. But here's a little taster, and who better than Dylan Dennis to break the ice?
It's perfect debut. I do want to ask, too, like, when you do flesh this thing out further and further, like you said, this is the first one. Are we going to stay in a ring, Pride style, or are we going to go to the cage?
We're not going to either.
Ooh,
okay.
Option number 3.
Okay, door number 3. Yeah, again, this is why Misfits is so different, and the aspect of the mystery behind what can happen in a Misfits MMA fight, in a boxing match, surprise opponent, mystery this, tag team that. There's just so many levels and layers you can peel back. I can't wait for it. I'm excited to whatever door number 3 is now.
I want to draw the focus to this matchup right here. Amadeus Ferrari, Raheem Pardesi. You talk about the strategy behind the fights.
Raheem's got some hands, by the way. I don't know if y'all are hearing some of these pads popping behind us, man. Watch out, dude. He might get a little crazy over here, but he's got some definitely some skills here. Like, this is not just a Ferrari, show. It's not just his show to come in here and do something.
No.
Raheem is cracking a pad.
Raheem brings the discipline, and Ferrari brings the craziness. And I think it's a perfect blend to make a tornado in that ring. Ferrari's going to come out strong and fast, and Raheem is more calculated from what I've seen.
He's a big boy, too.
Yeah. And you've got Poland versus Pakistan. Listen, some of the engagement on the announcement, I think Raheem had almost the most engagement from anybody in terms of actual,
how crazy is that?
Actual fans. And people are like, who is this guy? His fans know who he is. And now Misfits community, you're going to know who he is.
That's such an important part of Misfits, too. And we've seen this throughout Misfits' journey is they pull these names that, traditionally maybe in North America or even in the UK, you won't necessarily know, but they've got another entire side of the world behind them, right? We saw it with my mate Nate. We saw it with Winderson. And those guys had massive fan bases.
Huge.
That you didn't know until you met them, and you're like, oh, my goodness, you are a monster in this scene. And they take it seriously in the ring. It's a perfect marriage.
It's the multicultural blending pot that is Misfits. With Ferrari, though, what are you expecting from him in his second Misfits outing? Because against Salt Poppy, very, very wild, very crazy. Do you think that he might restrain it a little bit, or is he going to go, balls to the walls as expected?
So far from what I've seen, Ferrari has one gear and it's all go. He's supercharged, turbo, ready to go. He's a Ferrari, But will Pardesi be the Bentley? Smooth, elegant, and be able to just temper the Ferrari's speed and take over.
I was thinking more of the Ford Focus, right? Just go 60 the whole time.
The Prius.
You're not getting over that, but you're going a steady pace the entire time.
Gas efficient. It's all about mileage,
I didn't just say Ford for any reason. I have a 2009 Ford. Been driving it for about 10 years. No big deal.
Golly.
Yeah, bro. It saves me on gas. I do want to know though, like, is Ferrari locked in this time around? Because we see him very eccentric, right? And we know he fights. I mean, he fought with his dad helped him fight in one of the fights a couple months ago or something, right?
He's a
But
misfit.
He comes in and he'll fight, but I want to see him. Is the focus on fighting or is the focus on winning? I want to see a winning mentality this time around because, like you said, he's dangerous. In that early portion of the fight, he can knock a motherfucker. Sorry, he can knock someone out cold. He can.
He can.
But I want to see a winning mentality after that. I don't want to just see him show up first round, whatever happens. I want to see him doing that throughout the fight. Just speaking to him, have you sensed any kind of mental change in him?
He seems very focused. I don't know. He seems crazy too in his promo and stuff. But I love the back and forth. I love the banter. It's what Misfits is about. The presser I'm looking forward to.
I was going to say, you kind of do want to have him a little era of mystery around him, right? You don't want him to reveal too much.
My pet peeve for any fighter listening on here is when they're like, I'm just going to let my hands do the talking. You know?
Oh, you got to talk a little bit, bro. Come on. That's the thing.
Let them
here.
know who you are.
That's the thing.
Why should I watch you over watching something else right now? I want to know your personality. I want to know what you're about inside the ring and outside of the ring, and this is what people are starting to understand more and more now.
Both of us, by the way, whatever differences we have been screaming that for years. This is Misfits. This is not, a traditional boxing platform.
Let's talk about traditional boxing platform. Who's done the biggest combat sports pay-per-view numbers in history? The top 10. Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather. Why? Larger-than-life personalities. You want to see them lose and get beat up, and you want to see them because you're a big fan of theirs. You're a diehard fan.
They captivate you. They make you believe something. Whether it's they make you hate them or they make you, like you said, want to see them win. Yeah. They captivate everything about fighting.
Prince said it best. I don't care if you love me or hate me, just don't be indifferent to me. That's what really applies to Misfits fighters.
What's really captivated me is the potential world ranking that one-time Mitchell could possess after Saturday night.
Yeah.
Let's get into this. Silky Sean Hemphill, WBA Gold Intercontinental Champion. I believe he's the number 15 IBF-ranked boxer. Like, this is seriously high stakes attached to this card, Mams.
Ty Mitchell is incredibly talented. He's in his 30s, so he said to me in the beginning, he's like, bro, I don't have time to become... It's
got to be now, yeah.
Yeah, I can't do 15, 20 fights. I'm ready. Let's go as quickly as possible. I said, let's do it. I believe in him.
We've got the champ himself, Chase Demore.
Hold on.
Where are your gloves, Chase?
Let me fix it.
Gloves, man. We don't need gloves. I got personality. I got a smile. I got everything I need. I got all the charisma in the world to beat this kid.
What is your open workout going to look like? What are you going to show us today?
I'm a bit tired today. I might take a nap, take a couple shots. I just got off of, my plane from Barcelona. It was a long weekend of partying. But listen, I could show up with a broken leg and beat this kid.
Golly, the confidence from Chase Demore. Are you even doing your open workout right now, or do you just wander into the ring?
Brother, I'm aura farming right now. This is exactly what I'm doing right now. Everybody watching
showed up
at home
in
right
Tim's.
now. I showed up in the Tim's. I'm standing on business today.
I love it. We'll get to you in a moment, Chase. Let's talk to Raheem
Get your
Pardesi
belt,
really
champ.
quick.
All right, I'm gonna keep his belt. You want your belt, champ? I can keep it warm for you, whatever you need, bro. Well, sorry about that. Raheem, how you doing, man? Nice to meet you.
Nice to finally meet you guys.
I love it. Raheem, welcome to Misfits Boxing.
Before you start, Ben, can we just look at this, man? This is what an open workout looks like. For folks at home that are wondering, yes, Chase is aura farming back there. He showed up in the Timbs. But this is how you do it. My man put on the knee brace. He was not playing around. I love when people take an open workout seriously and come in. Because these fans and this media, they want to see people. They want to see what you're going to bring. Take it seriously. Raheem did that.
Not here to play around.
I can tell.
You're right about that. It's going to be very serious on the 30th of August. And honestly, this is just my warm-up. Don't worry about it.
That was light work.
Light work. Let's talk about Ferrari. He said a ton of trash talk in the lead up to this. Has it gotten personal? Has he crossed any lines?
I mean, if this was a trash talking competition, I would definitely give him the win.
But like, we were talking about it. You still got to fight, right? All that talk, you still got to fight.
If he can back it up, I'll give him the respects.
You've watched him fight. Obviously, you guys have done your homework.
Which was a hard task.
It's hard to watch, huh?
Which is a hard task, by the way.
He is. He's a little wild. He's a little bit unorthodox, but he brings it. He goes 0 to 100 as soon as that bell rings. He's going to be
for a couple of seconds, yeah.
Yeah. So is that? I mean, the game plan obviously is let him gas.
He lasts a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I mean, that's what she said as well to him.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. I don't know what's going on with him in his personal life, but hey, if that's what she's saying to him.
A lot of other layers on this one. Poland versus Pakistan. What does this represent to you, right? This opportunity to carry your flag on such a big platform.
I mean, to be honest, not only Pakistan, it's Scotland as well.
Yeah.
And I believe I think I'm the first Scottish person to be on Misfits.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Which is a pressure as well because you're representing 2 countries. But thanks to the fans, giving me a lot of love, a lot of support, and yeah, hopefully show you guys a good show on the 30th, if it lasts long.
So I guess I'll ask, prediction, what do you think?
The prediction, well, I would love to dance around with him for the full 4 rounds.
Yeah.
But to be honest, if he lasts about 2 rounds,
You don't think he's going to last more than that first
Nah,
round? I can tell by
nah,
listening to you. You
nah.
think
I mean,
he's going to be
the
done
way
in...
with the way he fights,
Say it again, Coach. Yeah.
he's a quitter, and please don't be a quitter. But if he comes a bit tactful, then maybe he will last.
Awesome. I love it. Interesting. Well,
Can't
Raheem,
wait, baby.
I'll see you at the press conference tomorrow. Let's light it up on the
Very
microphones.
Nice to meet you. Thank you, man. Got sweat on me. I like that, bro. I like a
Wet.
guy that
Man's wet.
I like someone that takes the open workout seriously. Just as I say
Yeah,
that.
talk about someone who doesn't take it seriously. Chase
What are we
Demore,
doing
man.
here? Chase is whipping himself with a belt.
That's his belt too. That was keeping his pants up. Look, they're sagging.
I know the pants are sagging now, dude. Okay.
No, hey.
No,
Not
sir.
on the YouTube. Not
No,
on the
no,
YouTube.
bro. What are we doing?
But look,
Cheeks are out, dude.
let's talk about the kind of revitalization of Chase Demore because
Yeah.
at one point in time he would show up, didn't look technical, would lose
Right.
the fight. Now he is the reigning, defending, undisputed
Crazy.
heavyweight champion.
I will say this. Chase is the best test case for what happens with no experience boxing and you keep going. A high-level athlete that can come into the sport of boxing. Listen, I've seen high-level athletes try to box, and it looks like they're swatting flies. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, we've seen the meme of Chase doing the whole wave and then swing back against my boy Josh Bruckner, but when you dedicate time to this sport and you already are a high-level athlete, eventually, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be Chase's case a couple of years, but eventually it will happen. And when it does, when you're that size and that, muscle bound and fast twitch, you start to see he developed a right hand and now it's dropping people.
Tank Tolman, last time out, tried to take that belt from Chase. Did secure a knockdown, I believe, officially on the books. But, man, Chase ripped him with that right hand, and it was game over. What did you take away from that last performance from Chase?
I mean, listen, anybody, if you can get touched on the chin, go down and pop back up and win a fight by knocking the guy out, it shows not only, your capability, again, Chase is getting better, but also mentally, that you can stay locked in a very, there's a lot of adversity in that moment, right? Like, you get knocked down, and then all of a sudden, if it was me, I'd probably be like, okay, hold on a second. What did I sign up for? Let me try to regain my... Chase went right at him. So that shows me that at his heart, in his mind, he's a fighter, and he's in there to win. I mean, I should have known this when he took Alan Belcher on a day.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Again, this is old school Misfits for you guys. I know I'm at the unction right now, but let me remind you that I was around when Chase was taking
Back in
fights.
Wade's day, man.
Back in my day, when they showed Misfits in black and white, all right? I was there.
On the transistor radio,
Yeah,
you
had to-
tuned
you
to the
had to
Misfits
adjust the set
channel.
a little bit.
X-Series came with the old Walkmans.
I was there when he took Alan Belcher, and I was like, what is he doing? He's going to die. And he didn't. He didn't win, but he was able to survive, and that told me that Chase doesn't fear anything. I know that he does a lot of the stuff on Twitter. He's like, I'll fight this guy. I believe Chase will fight him.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll win if he fights Moses Atama, but I believe he'll fight him. That's how crazy this guy is. See, you hear him say he'll win.
He's saying
This is
he'd
what I'm
win.
saying. I believe that he believes that, though. That's how much I know he has confidence in himself, and that's going to show on Saturday.
There really are things that Chase Demore possesses that you simply can't teach. There is the heart. There is that ambition to win. And, like we've mentioned a couple times before in today's programming, he is the full package. He is the showman, but he is getting better as time goes on.
I would say about 30 seconds before his pants fall off, by the way. That belt came off.
No,
bro, what are we doing?
Can he hit pads with his pants down?
With his pants around his calves. We got to put like an NSFW.
It's like a footwork drill. It's like you can't,
Yeah, it's keeping him sound. But no, like you've seen, he's gotten better. This is insane. Now he can't.
You
pull
might
him
just
back
have to
up.
take him off, Chase.
Now you can't pull him back up. But he has. He's gotten better over the years. And because of that, he's able to be more confident. He was already a confident guy. He's going to take the boots off now. Now the boots have to come off. He was already a confident guy. And now, because he's gained some skills, it's just added to that. And honestly, people think this is a bad take, but if you have a little bit of ego in combat sports, it's a better thing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, to have a bit of an ego, to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, some swag. It doesn't have to be outward and talking and being all brash, but to think you're the best in the world when you're not yet, that thing is something you can't teach a lot of guys. Like, you'll hear some of the people that we interview today go, hey, I hope I win on Saturday. I hope we put on a good show.
Happy to be here.
Chase is like, I'm winning this fight. and I'm going to win the next one, and I'm going to beat Moses Atama, and I'm going to beat Anthony Joshua. Like, he believes that. And that's what I like about him.
And again, that resilience to come up short several times in a row and say, I'm not done. I can get my hand raised. And now to do it so many times successfully. The pants have officially come off. I don't think I've ever seen an open workout where someone takes their
takes the old
all their
britches off,
clothing off. Yeah.
It's a bit of a different thing, but that's what Chase brings. He's different. But I don't know if you just saw, again, Chase has developed as a fighter year by year, very slowly, but he's gotten there. And now what you're seeing is hook right hands that are thrown not sloppy. It's not the just wing stuff out. You're seeing combinations. He's sitting down on his hooks, and it's a big dude right there. It doesn't take much. It takes one punch on someone's chin, and now he's doing it without wasting a ton of energy.
And what I love is the tightness of it. Right, we've seen times where Chase might get a little wild,
what
a little loopy. Tightness of the shots. Sorry,
the shot.
The tightness in the shots and the combinations.
I was making sure.
Tightness in the combinations, keeping it really close together.
You hear this guy?
Because like,
that's what I said. What are we saying? What are we saying?
Pause. But think, right, it like you mentioned, at this weight class, it doesn't take much. And for Chase to have the intuition now that I only got to go here.
Yeah.
I don't need to go here.
Right.
Right? That's going to be such a big weapon for him to use.
You got to show him one more time.
Listen, you're not going here.
Yeah.
You're going here. Look at that.
Y'all can't see it, but he's got the most golden caramel shoes on. And when he cut a rug like that, I'm pretty sure every woman here fell out. That's how they were.
I don't think so.
Elvis with the moves.
I think they left.
You're like, we're out. But listen, man. Chase is coming into his own here on Misfits, and we're going to talk to him in a second. He's probably going to call out everybody in the heavyweight boxing division. He'll call out other athletes as well. But that's what we love about him. Like Chase. Mams was sitting right here a second ago, and he talked about what's important on Misfits. Yes, it's fighting, and it's becoming better as a fighter, but it's also how you carry yourself. Can you walk the walk? Yes, but can you talk the talk? I know that's kind of counterintuitive to what we usually say. Oh, yeah, you talk the talk. Can you walk the walk? It's kind of the opposite here. Can you talk that talk?
It's not a but, it's an and, right? You can talk the talk and walk it. Yeah. And for Chase to create must-see TV out of open workouts, press conferences, the media moments, to me that is, I don't want to say as important, right? But that's kind of what we're trying to do here to some extent.
It's a big deal, man. It's a really big deal. And listen, opportunities can be found at any moment on Misfits. So Chase is in a big fight right here. With a win, you don't know what could happen next. You have no idea who can come into Misfits or what they can bring him next because he's looking. He's calling out. I mean, again, they're audacious, but he's calling out. I was in the freaking gym with him this morning. I was just doing my little workout,
He was only deadlifting 550.
Gun season, you know what I'm saying? Watch yourself there. I got him registered when I came across. I was doing that, and Chase was hitting mitts and stuff, and then he was just baffled that I thought that Moses Atama was something special. He's like, I'll smoke that guy. Like, they're going to have something for him next if he can get a win on Saturday, but that's what he's continuing to build, and that's why I love what he does is there's always something next.
I want to ask you about a matchup that he was linked to with a bigger name, Roman Fury.
Yeah.
Is this something that we can return to if he's successful against Dazn Marsan?
At this point, I would like to see it because, we hear about the Fury family and we hear about how they're a fighting Fury family, right? We hear about that's pretty good.
John's in the building.
John's here, bro.
Table.
We hear about it all the time, but I want to see it, right? Tommy hasn't been fighting in a while now. I know he had the hand issue. Don't really know what's going on there. Don't know if he'll fight again. Roman wants to fight Chase or was supposed to fight Chase and was kind of like, as they say here in the UK, mugging him off a little bit like he was nothing. I want to see it because Chase is clearly confident and he wants a big fight. If it's Roman Fury, if it's somebody else, just give him a big name because I think he deserves it after time and time again. He's the guy that shows up to promote. He does show up in the ring and answer for his words, and as of late, he's been winning.
And I was going to say on short notice sometimes as well.
On the shortest notice, one day for Alan Belcher, BKFC monster.
And now we've got him inside the booth with us. Chase
Come on, Chase. What's up, bro? What are you saying, dude?
Now, listen. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen an open workout where someone takes off all their clothes to kick things off, but that's what you've just done.
Sometimes you got to lose the britches, Ben. Sometimes you just got to lose the britches.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. It's like I'm the first one at the party to take my pants off. You know, I come from
what kind of parties, man? What kind of party?
When Chase shows up, I'll tell you that.
I brought the baby oil. I brought everything, so we're good.
Yo.
Talk to me about this matchup. You've got Dazn Marsan in front of you. Weird type of fighter, brings a lot of enthusiasm. What do you make of him?
Yeah, you know what? Big credit to him for taking the fight. Honestly, he's got a lot on his plate, especially in the Misfits debut, as we've seen time and time again. But, we're pushing for that 9-fight win streak, 9 knockouts in a row. It'll be great for me.
You talked about a Misfits debut. You being the champion, do you think he deserves to even be in the ring with you?
Listen, nobody deserves to be in the ring with me. Like I have our Moses Satamo, Usyk. I want everybody, man. We're not worried about Natan from Poland. The Polish people don't even support this man.
How do you think a fight with you and Alexander Usyk would go?
Get him out of there 2-3 rounds max. Max.
Stop it.
He's gonna look like Dylan White out
Chase,
there, man. No punches landed.
You can't. Okay, you know what? You can't talk like this because you go in and you fight. But that's Alexander Usyk. That's the champ.
And I'm Chase Demore. I'm the GOAT. I have this reference. I always say, I'm gonna fuck around and find out, and one day I am gonna find out. But until then,
that's what I'm saying. This is what I said. Like he is trying to find out. He's wanting to go to a level that matches his mouth. Right? That's what it is.
Yeah, looking at my opponent, coming into Saturday night, I fought giants like Kells. That was a test against, height. Yeah, he's a big boy. Is my skills in boxing really good, or is it a size thing? I got rid of that. Is it an experience thing? Fighting Tank Tolman, 11 fights himself, and we always come out victorious. And so, we're just looking at this as like another notch under our belt and a resume builder.
We spoke at length about the improvements you've made, right? Chipping away, building all of this boxing ability. What do you think you're going to show on Saturday night that we haven't seen from you prior?
Man, my goal in boxing is always to show levels every time I get in the ring. And the biggest thing is, obviously showing people that, I don't peak at a certain point, that I'm not complacent with that knockout. The thing is like I got to continue to advance and continue to show levels because, I'm different than a lot of these other Misfits fighters. I have the size, I have the charisma, I have the look, and I feel like I could take this a long way. So, after I'm done with my, campaign here against all these little TikTok boys, Usyk, Moses, Johnny Fisher, whoever wants it, come get it.
So I was going to ask, I assume you come into fights with a name. Should you win, I want this guy. I'm going to call this guy out on the mic. Is there a name?
It's Usyk.
Okay, outside of Alexander Usyk, is there someone that you could realistically see you fighting next?
Yeah, I'd like to see a fight with Johnny Fisher. I think he's a good gatekeeper right now. I think, obviously he didn't have the best debut against, Dave Allen. But listen, I don't believe in robberies. He's going to end up like Dave Allen 2.0 on his face on the ring.
Chase Demore, I cannot wait to see you at the press conference tomorrow, my friend.
You, Chase. Thanks, man. Thanks. On his face on the ring, Johnny Fisher. I mean, again, I believe he believes that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He believes it when he says it, dude.
In his underwear.
In his underwear. I will say this. Very interesting thing, okay? If you guys noticed, there was a little bit of a chafing around the mouth there from Chase.
Yeah.
He is having to cut some weight this time around.
Yeah.
Going to be at 220. I don't know anything about where he's at, where he's not, but that'll be an interesting thing because we've talked about how, his size has helped him a lot in fights, and he even addressed it there. It looks like they're trying to cut some of the weight, come down. How is that going to affect his performance? I mean, looking at him there, I remember Chase being a lot bigger.
Yeah. He's looking a little bit smaller.
And he's cutting. It's on purpose, right, for this fight. I just don't know, gas tank, power, how does that affect things? Chin, how does that affect things?
All those intangibles associated with the weight cut kind of make me ponder, is Natan going to be the guy to take advantage of them, though?
I don't know, what are we going to get? Again, we ask this question on Misfits all the time. What are we going to get from Natan? Is he going to be dangerous enough to hurt Chase? Is he going to be able – one of the things Chase does well, and it looks kind of counterintuitive when you watch him fight because his chin goes straight up in the air, but he's got a good frame, and he's got long arms, so it's kind of tough to get to his chin. Sometimes even when, it's kind of one of these numbers, it's really difficult to hit him.
And for a guy like Natan, I've tried to watch a couple of his fights. It seems like he does a really excellent job of the build-up, the marketing, but then during the fights, I don't know the Natan skill set in the stand-up.
I mean, you could be honest. Is it bad?
Well, it's not great. I mean, it's not the best.
But again, maybe we said that about Chase for years, right?
Exactly.
We were like, hey, in the build-up, he's great, and he goes out and actually does the deal, but it's not the greatest show, and he got better.
For those that maybe aren't aware, Natan Martzone and Amadeus Ferrari, close training partners. So in terms of expectations, it will be likely something close to what Ferrari brings into the ring.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then I think we're in for a good show because say what you want about Ferrari, he swings and he goes for it.
It's entertaining.
He does have some technique. It's a lot of overhands, a lot of winging shots, but it's for whether it's 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 3 minutes, it's going to be entertaining.
While we're dancing here waiting for the next fighter to get in the ring, I want to pick your brain about a fight that I just can't stop thinking about with this card. Ty Mitchell, Sean Hemphill, top 15 IBF ranking on the line. For Ty Mitchell, a guy who is 6 fights into his pro career, this is unprecedented territory. And for Misfits Boxing to put this together is just unreal.
Yeah, listen, Ty has a lot of gym experience, right? He's been in camps with high-level fighter, has been brought in by Tyson Fury to work with him fight after fight after fight. Obviously, we know he had some legal issues, and obviously it was a terrible situation outside of the ring that kept him outside of the ring for a very long time. So, like Ty said, when he got into Misfits, he was going to try to fast-track this thing, right, and move into the pro scene and try to be where he thought his skill level is, and that's why you're seeing him fight ranked guys, number 14, number 15. Charlie Parsons over here, by the way.
We got Charlie Parsons in the building.
It.
He's trying to hide. He can't hide from us.
When did he grow a beard, by the way? I didn't know. That was a baby face killer when I was walking around here. This man's
He's
a grown
grown up.
man
He's
now.
grown up.
Jeez. A little scruff on the face. But, yeah, no, when Ty came in to Misfits, the goal was to move him quickly. That's what they're doing. And like you said, he's in his 30s now, so it's time to piss or get off the pot. They really, really need him to move up quick, and that's what this fight's about.
And there's justification for it.
Yeah.
You know, when you take out Tommy Hench in the devastating fashion that he did, when you are the first man to defeat Idris Virgo in the spectacular method that he did, it makes all the sense in the world that, look, while he maybe doesn't have the experience in his pro career, clearly he can maybe operate at this level. But for Sean Hemphill, he's come to the UK, has played spoiler before, and I did their face-off earlier today. He's intent on doing it again.
Super confident guy, and for good reason. Was he have 19 wins? Like, the guy is very experienced.
Fought William Skoll.
He's had high-level guys across from him and in the gym from Louisiana. Those guys are built different down there. So I do want to see – this will be Ty's, realistically, his first test. We all love our favorite Marvel reporter, Idris Virgo.
Inside Scoops.
Inside Scoops all day. But this will be a test that he hasn't seen, right? As Idris was a step up, but I think Ty had seen that level many times in the gym and had vanquished that level. I think he might have vanquished Idris off Misfits, to be honest. But this will be different. This will be, okay, this is world level. If you can get past this, we're going to start looking at, like you talked about, domestic championships, UK championships, and moving on and through the ranks. And I think Ty has the ability to do it, man. He's very unorthodox. He's super lanky for his weight. He's as tall as me, and it doesn't make sense that he's that tall fighting at that weight. And again, everything is a kill shot, right? Like, he has his setup shots, but when he lets go his lead hand and his backhand, it's almost like a cartoon. It almost looks like
the power that he generates,
it's
despite
so
the wiry
loopy,
frame.
Yeah, and it's something you don't see a lot for that weight class specifically. So I'm very excited for it. I think Ty is just a really, really down-to-earth, great fighter, good dude. And this will be his opportunity to really show the people that have watched him on Misfits and have wondered, because that's what Misfits is, kind of like, okay, you won that fight, but are you this level? Are you that level?
And what's interesting about this fight as well is Sean Hemphill has fought on Misfits before. This isn't his X-Series debut, right? Fought at X-Series 6 in 2023. So, you know, the weird waters of influencer boxing, he's swam in before.
It's a real, like I said, a real test. It's not someone that's going to, freeze under the lights. Sean's been in big fights. He's won big fights. And this is Ty, again, his record not showing how good he is, showing the world once again that the level he's on is different than a 4-2 record state. So,
well, talking about the level that some fighters are on, we've got the lightweight champion inside the ring here. It's Carla Jade back after that fight with Melanie Shaw, and we spoke earlier about how Carla has something to prove here in this opportunity on August 30th.
Yeah, I think this is a moment for Carla to allow her to reintroduce herself, right? Let me remind y'all who the champ is. Let me remind y'all why I got the belt. And I'm sure she's heard a lot of the stuff that's been said out of her last fight, like, oh, it was controversial, it was this. And that's probably motivating, right? I mean, it would be for me if I had secured a close win and felt like I'd done everything I needed to win that fight, and I saw online, like, people what are y'all talking about? Yeah, I won this thing, whatever. That would motivate me to go, oh, that's what y'all think? That I can't beat this person, I can't win this fight? Watch me on my next one, right? And just, if sometimes, especially in crossover boxing, people lose motivation, right? Because most people don't need to fight that are doing it here on Misfits, which is one of the craziest things here, is you choose to do a combat sport that no one needs to do, and it's so dangerous, but when you get the itch, you start to scratch it, and you become a little bit of a different person, and I think Carla has taken a lot of that personally, and I think in this fight, she's going to look to make a statement.
There has been so much evolution in Carla Jade. And now, while there is the big moniker of you're only as good as your last fight, I want to take us back to her second most recent fight, in which she won the title against Nikki Rue. And the tactics on display that night, bloodying up Nikki Rue's face with an excellent stiff jab, keeping her at range. That night, she showed to me that there is competence inside her boxing ability.
And you look at her build, she is, like, again, her reach, very long for her weight, respectfully. And I think it's an advantage to have. I'm just saying, you know, you gotta. There's only one way for that phrase to come out.
Spade to spade, sure.
Yeah, but she is, again, great jab, everything tight, not a lot of mistakes being made when you keep things straight punches, jab, right hand. She's sitting down on punches, man. I think if she's able to actually, like, in her last fight, again, from what I saw, there was just a little bit of hesitation.
Hesitation, and for me, she gave up so much real estate inside the ring. I think this is an opportunity to be the aggressor, take Darren Harris, put her on the back foot, and stick those straight shots right down her throat.
And throw them in combination, right? Like, one of the things that if you want to keep the fight at distance, pump your jab like crazy, be able to keep the fight at your range, and once that's there and there's swings going back and forth, then you can start to throw in between. Then you can make miss, make pay. And again, I would like to see some level changes. That would, I think, be a great idea. Again, even if you're a straight puncher, you want to go to the body with stuff early and set the tone, right? You want to be able to say, hey, listen, you're not going to invade this space. And if you do, you're going to pay for it downstairs or upstairs. And if you can do that, I think that the benefits reap as the fight goes on, especially we're not fighting for 10 rounds here. Like, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter fight, so you want to bank that stuff early.
What do you think could be potentially next for Carla Jade with a successful defense on Saturday?
Hey, Carla. I mean, what's next is obviously she wants to get the job done Saturday, but really, I mean, everything.
Going to get it done. It's the
get it done.
confidence,
I love
Wade.
That's the champ.
No questions, only solutions.
Only answers there. But when she does do that, you know, when she does do that, there's all the opportunities on the table. You hold that belt, you're a champion here at Misfits. Yeah, come on.
Get her in here. Get her in the booth.
You're a champion here at Misfits. That means opportunity beckons, right? You are the person that calls the shots. You and Mams get on the phone, and you make matchups. Go ahead, Carla.
Carla Jade, the champion. Welcome inside our little mock booth here. Excellent open workout.
I know. We've done that. Every time you see me, you remind me how tall I am. I know. I gotta like stand, do one of these numbers. I think. Oh, the champ. There we go.
Now, Carla, we spoke a ton about the straight shots that you have, that excellent jab, showed it off here at the open workouts. What ways have you gotten better since your last performance?
Oh, do you know what? I've been working so hard. We've been working so hard. Everything's better, you know. The last performance wasn't my sort of true performance, my true self anyway, but I think even on top of that, we've improved so much. Everything, footwork, IQ, power, everything is
adding some sauce on top.
It looks like it. It looks like it. Even just, I know you're not throwing everything really here in an open workout, but you can just see the intent behind punches. You can see how effortless stuff's starting to become, and you're not having to think about it. In your last fight, I'm sure that you've seen comments online. You've seen how people looked at it. I told Ben, I think that's probably super motivating for you.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I would love the rematch still now. I'm not going to, you know, everyone's telling me to let it go, and, you know, but so I think I'm going to let it go.
I think that just speaks to your mentality, right? You want that rematch, but even if, okay, I can't get the rematch, I'm going to put it on the next person.
Move on to next. I want that second belt. That's where I'm going. So, I can't wait for Saturday. I don't think my opponent's a problem at all. I think it's going to be a very spectacular performance from me. And like you said, the last performance, I feel like I've got something to prove. Yeah. Bit of momentum.
Makes a dangerous fighter.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm very excited.
When you think about the debutante, Darren Harris, right? She is getting a title shot in her debut. You don't think she's going to be a problem. What else do you think about Darren?
You know, I'm not going to say too much. You know, it's my time. Not really bothered about her, but like I said, she's not a real threat. I don't think she's boxed in 8-ounce gloves. I don't know if she knows what it's going to feel like when I hit her with the small gloves. I think she's had a few fights, just not pro fights. So I think she's knows what it's like to be in the ring, but not properly. And I think she's very much underestimating what's going to go down Saturday night. But yeah, I'm very, very excited.
You see her smile when she's talking about what she's going to do to another person?
It's vicious.
That's
There's
sadistic,
like a psychotic
man.
undertone to Carla Jade.
That's what we like, though.
I love it. Like, I love the whole lot. Like, I know I'm just a girl, but, you know, I love the blood. I love hearing the noses crunch. You know, she's from Florida, like our girl Nikki, so hopefully I can get a 2-0 in the nose break department.
Jeez, sending them back to Florida 0-2?
Of course. I know it's weird because my opponents like to all team up with each other, you know, like the loser crew, you know.
The loser crew's crazy.
So we've got, you know, her, Mel, and Nikki. But yeah, just add another one to the loser camp.
Do you like, don't want to say playing this role, but do you like being hated by the rest of the girls in this division? I think you take it in stride. You take it in stride. You're like, oh, sorry, losing crew,
It is what it is, and it's just a bit of fun and whatnot.
I think you handle it so well.
I think it's mad that they get so pressed and upset, and her coach is not happy already. He's upset.
Oh, jeez.
Nikki swore at me and stuff at the way, and she bit really easy. Melanie gave me the full slap.
Gee, that's right. I remember.
It's
Yeah.
crazy how emotional and depressed. Darren blocked me on Instagram the other day.
No.
Why are you getting in these people's heads so much? What are you doing?
I'm just doing my job. We got to promo the stuff.
Of course.
It can't be a boring. It's an amazing card.
Fantastic.
I wasn't originally on the card. I see the card. I was like, man,
Gotta get me on.
get me on that card now. So I know I've got a job to do. I know no one wants a boring sort of build-up, but I think the most excitement's going to come Saturday night when I'm in the ring, and I'm just really excited to, put on a wicked show and put her to sleep.
I love it. The reigning, defending Misfits Women's Lightweight Champ, Carla Jade, thank you so much for the time. I'll see you at the press conference.
Carla. We'll get you out of here, champ. All the gold there.
Shake what we, Oh, boss. But this is such an interesting fight, right? Like I mentioned before, and we'll reiterate it, points to prove on both sides.
Yeah.
A debutante getting a title
Did you hear
shot.
the way she talked about? She was like, Darren don't have she got a couple fights. It don't really matter. Was a good point she made about fighting in 8-ounce gloves, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you did the CFL card. I don't know.
I don't think it was 8-ounce gloves that
That's
night.
an interesting point, right? And again, it tells you that Carla studied. As much as, she'll say, it's my show. We ain't talking about them. She does her homework. She knows who's fighting who, what's happening, what gloves. I mean, that's a lot of research. So I like it, though. I like the champ going and doing her homework.
I will say the one thing we didn't get was an idea of whether or not she's going to be level changing.
Got to get a level change. Shout out to my guy Sensei. We got to get a level change.
We want one body shot. That's all we want. Just give us
It'll
one.
set up everything. I'm telling you, man, it's different. Look at my fight. I know I'm kind of joking around about it, but you look at my fight, and again, I want to toot my own horn here, but look at any fight that starts with body work.
Mm-hmm.
It already gives you an added layer of elements you're going to bring to the fight. Now a fighter or the guy you're going against or girl, they have to worry, one, about their gas tank, because you don't want to take too many of those. Two, now you've showed them a level that they didn't see before. Their eyes drop, their hands drop, and then you come upstairs with something and remind them that's there. Now there's 3 or 4 different layers that they're trying to see. I just think it adds so much variety, and if you're not doing it, you're limiting yourself way past what you need to.
And there is truth to be said, because people that come from the kickboxing world, the Muay Thai world, they are used to that higher guard.
Yeah.
And so for Carla, right, that mission is bring the hands down by any means necessary, open up the chin, and you heard what the champ wants to do. Break the nose again. That is psychotic.
I mean, I like it, though. I want to see her. You know how Gib be doing, the chins? He, mounts the chin and put it in his house. I want to see, reconstructed noses on Carla's entire wall. I want, a mount across. My dad has, 20 deer that he goes and hunts. That he has mounted in his place. I want to see that for Carla in her place.
I want to talk to you about this matchup between Dylan Dennis and Warren Spencer. We've spoken about the
mechanic.
Yeah, I mean, look, the mechanic has trained at Bang Tao Muay Thai in Phuket, Thailand. He's trying to address a lot of the stand-up, differences from boxing to full mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
But the real question in most people's mind, when this hits the canvas, right, what will his grappling look like?
I'm going to be honest. I don't think we're going to get Dylan today. I don't think
he did say he's not showing up to this.
He's not.
He did let me know at the face-off. He's like, open workout? I'm not going there.
Don't spoil the face-off, but how did that go?
It was
listen,
better.
The Bane, you be going after Dylan a little bit.
I do be going after Dylan. I have waged a war verbally with him for quite some time.
You said you wanted to fight him.
I did, and he said he sat down and he was like, "You think you could beat me in MMA?" I was like, "No, I told you I beat you in boxing or kickboxing."
But he remembered that it was you that said it, so he,
that he did. And despite the history, we did play quite nice in the face-off. Better than expected. Yeah. I thought the bickering back and forth was like a married couple between Warren and Dylan. They kept going in circles.
Let me tell you this: if this does hit the ground, the fight's over. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And I love Warren. I think Warren is ballsy for taking this fight. I got I was gonna say,
as someone who just lost to Dylan Dennis,
I got a little taste. Pause, of what Dylan brings to a fight. Just a little training session. It wasn't anything crazy, but he just showed me the difference. I'm a 210-pound guy. He got a single leg and just did whatever he wanted from there. I'm pretty sure he slapped me on the ass at one point in the video. You guys, if you didn't see it, it's insane.
Listen,
it's a real difference from anything Warren has ever felt. I know he's probably been training in the wherever he's doing and wherever he is. I don't know where he lives. It's Tate compound.
It's
I don't know.
the interpretive striking.
It's like
that he's
wherever
training at.
him and Andrew Tate are doing. I don't know, but I don't think it's going to be enough because when Dylan Dennis gets a hold of you and puts you on the ground, it is over. I'm telling you now. I don't know what the odds are, but if Dylan lands a takedown, this fight's over.
And by all that I can see, his mission is land a takedown instantly. I
will
don't think
say,
Dylan's
though,
going to play around on the feet.
This is the setting. We're not doing a cage. We're not in some structure that's made to push someone up against. One of the first things, again, when I trained with Dylan, he pushed me right against the cage. It's easier to take someone down there. You can pull them off the cage, outside trip. You can use their own weight, inside trip, dump them over. If this ring has these kind of ropes, right, and he's able to lean on that, because look at this give. Like, that's a lot of give. That may cause an issue. And again, there isn't some sturdy structure. Like you said, what if someone falls out? What if he's able to get in a corner and pivot out? There's ways to potentially avoid a takedown. And if Spencer can do that, and he's used to a southpaw, then things get interesting. But then again, Dylan's not just a grappler. He has some kicks to him as well, and he was hitting me with some of those. And trust me, I did not like it. Even just the low kicks, just little stuff. Trains with Alex Pereira as much as you want to say, okay, well, he just trains in the same gym. I've seen them go back and forth. Dylan's definitely learning from Alex Pereira, so there's things he's going to bring other than just grappling.
I can't wait for that one. Obviously, Warren the Mechanic Spencer will be here in the open workouts in a little bit. Woo. Unsure if we'll get Dylan, but
Let's
we got
go,
Numero inside the ring, showing some crisp jabs. Let's bring our guy BL in. BL, how are you?
Great. My man, how we doing? How we doing, bro?
Very well.
People, I don't know if people know BL's story, man, but again, this is the uncle coming out of me. I remember BL all the way back when Misfits started. Misfits won in, where were we at? We were in London.
Yeah.
And BL was there just hustling, trying to get interviews, trying to meet people, introduce himself. And at the time, I was like, hey, it's another, it's one of these kids, hey, it's nice to meet you. I could not have believed that he would just keep going, and rise the way he has.
He's a hustler. BL's a hustler,
man. And everybody that's watching the Misfits content and you guys both hustling on the show, congrats to both of y'all. And I just want to say, man, I'm super proud of you, dude.
Thank you, man.
You're
It's
a
great
beast,
having you
bro.
back. I'm honestly so happy the relationship's mended.
Yeah.
It's such a full circle moment.
Yeah.
I mean, how does it feel to be back at Misfits?
Feels good, dude. Like, we had Mams here, and it just felt like home. It felt like it did the first time I was here. It felt like it was exactly where I need to be. And it's just a little bit different. You guys know that I work with the Ring magazine now, and that's, a big opportunity for me. And I trust me, the Ring, that's my home, right? This is my time away home, but that's where I live. Those are my people over there. But this is something I like to come back to, right? And it's so different, and it's so exciting because it's just chaos personified in fighting form. So I love it. I'm glad to be back.
This is the Wade Plan world we're living in. Mr. Boxing himself.
I'm trying,
come
man.
on.
Over here,
Come
over there,
on.
a little behind the back,
You say, oh, it's good to be back, etc. But last time you were here, you actually fighting.
Yeah.
Are you not getting the itch seeing everyone in the ring right now?
You know what it is? I'm getting the gratification of being out here. Like, even watching Numero, I'm like, bro, would I want to step in with a guy like that right now? Absolutely not. This is ridiculous how good, like, I know he fought before. I know he was on a massive crossover card, right? But this is high-level stuff I'm seeing.
Numero is someone that you are more familiar with, I believe, BL. Can you break down what his background is and what we can expect on Saturday night?
I mean, he's just this controversial Portuguese sensation. I mean, he's into cars. He's just, imagine the Andrew Tate world of Portugal. I mean, he
does dress snazzy, I will say.
He is very
super
snazzy.
snazzy dresser. Better than you, Ben. No disrespect, buddy.
That's okay.
But I'll tell you something. This is a really
It's all from goodwill.
Appreciate it, Wade.
But it's a really interesting fight because it's against someone called Joey Essex, who again is this UK TV personality who has his father been boxing for many years as well. I'm really interested to see how much skill set he's taken from his family, how seriously he has been taking it, because a lot of people don't take Joey Essex seriously. This is his opportunity to come
Why
here.
do you say that? People don't take Joey Essex seriously.
It's,
Is it because of the reality TV
It's
stuff?
because of reality TV. It's a persona he gives off,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now I think this is a great opportunity to showcase I am a real person to take seriously. I'm here to show that I can box and take on another star like Numero, who I think is coming in.
I mean, listen, when we watched the press conference and we saw him and Joey interact, there's already bad blood. There's already issues there. And again, this is a loaded card of people that want to be the best on the card, that want to have their name in the biggest spotlight on the card. And you're talking about two guys that don't need to fight. two guys that are here and doing it just because they want to. And Numero is just one of those guys. I'm looking at Numero right now, and again, you can see
He's a
been
good-looking
training.
guy, man. He's got the muscles.
He's a
got the
great-looking guy, but
skills.
you can see he's been training. He's got hard sparring going on, and again, this tells me that he's taking it serious. One of the biggest things, like, yes, he's a global superstar, but I want to see someone come in and take it seriously. Not just use their name, not just use their clout to come in and have another bag in front of them or whatever, but to come in and actually take this fight seriously, and he's done that.
Before we get Numero here inside the booth, BL, your prediction on this one? Do you think Joey Essex comes out on top, or do you think Numero shuts Essex down?
Yeah, right before we get Numero,
Yeah,
just give us your
exactly.
pick there, BL.
Do you think he's going to win?
I think the fans win on this fight.
He's trained, man. BL's trained. We'll have you back in here,
Appreciate it,
BL, in
BL.
just a moment. Numero.
How you guys doing?
Hey,
Good,
man,
sir,
Good. To
good.
see you, brother.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Fantastic. Even better after I saw you on the pads. Crisp, powerful shots. Talk to me about your boxing background.
So I started boxing a couple of years ago. Had my first pro fight in 2023. Went for a 6-round fight as my debut. I'm tough as nails. I had the heart. I fought against a professional boxer, and I was there giving it my all. And now I think it's going to be an easy test for me, yeah.
You've got Joey Essex right behind you, jump roping. This
Chirping a little
build-up-
bit, too. He said you were terrible.
Yeah. He said you're bad. What do you think?
Yeah, I saw the look on his face once he see me hit the pads, but come Saturday night, it's not going to be pads anymore, you know?
Why Joey Essex? What makes Joey Essex the right person for you on Misfits?
They just threw me the challenge, and I said, yeah. And I'll say yes every time. Shut the fuck up, Big Bean. Yeah, shut up.
Here, you want to take a look at him while he's doing his jump rope here?
We'll get the Numero breakdown on him.
You know, there's a reason why he's jumping rope and not like shadow boxing or eating the pads, you know?
What's the reason?
Yeah. How do you think it's gonna look on the pads?
I don't know. I want to see it. I want to see it.
There are plenty of videos out there. Just go and take a look at them. Yeah.
What do you think about how he looks on the mitts?
It gives me some confidence every time I watch him hit the pads, yeah.
He is with Tony Sims. He does have Connor Ben in his gym as well. He's trained with some high-level guys. Do you put any stock in that at all?
I'm training with a top 10 ranked in the world, so if you're aware of that, and I got an amazing coach.
Talk to him.
So, Coach Alberto, he's got the IBO World Champion under his belt, IBF Intercontinental Champion, our partner, and a gym colleague, Wisma Lima, number 10 in the world. We're training with the toughest guys. Yeah.
Wisma Lima is going to fight Harold Hennis in next October.
Coach, what do you think about Joey Essex?
Yeah, I think he's a normal fighter. So it's going to be the good fight. I think he's normal.
The coaches are always respectful.
They are, and that's what you want, right? You want him to do the talking.
He's got the right
and do
team
the
behind
walking
him.
at that point. But Numero again,
Should we face each one?
Yeah, you can go. We can go. I just wanted to get you, see, get a look at him, see what you see there. As far as what you want to do in the ring, I don't want to talk game plan, but how do you see the fight going? Are you looking to end this thing early? We're not in there to get paid for our time. We're in there to get paid for our performance.
I mean, I'm not the most experienced fighter in the world, but when a fighter says, I'm going to come in and knock him out in 20 seconds, you know the guy has never fought before. And that's what our friend here has been saying.
That's right.
Yeah. So I think we agree on that. So I'm going to do my best. I'm going to stay calm and do what I learned to do and what I learned with my coach and with my colleagues. And everything's going to be amazing, yeah.
You're a busy guy, Numero. Is this the start of a long journey with Misfits, or is Joey Essex one name and then go back to what you're up to before?
No, it's just the start of the Misfits journey, yeah. And everyone knows about it. It's just a start, and then I'm ready to take on Misfits by storm, yeah.
Last message for Joey Essex before the press conference.
I was going to say, he's doing his shadow boxing here. I don't know if you wanted to take a look and see if you had your suspicions confirmed about what he would look like there. He's putting on a performance for you.
Are you feeling the pressure, mate? Come on. Oh, why'd you stop now? Why'd you stop? Why'd you stop, bro? Why you got the fucking gum shield on? It's just shadow boxing. You don't need the gum shield, bro. Take the gum shield out, bro. You look like a fucking horse, bro.
I don't know if he has the gum shield. I think those are just his veneers.
Yeah, it's just
He keeps saying round one. He's putting you out in round one.
I know. The man has never fought before, and that's the first time I fought. I also wanted to end in round one. It didn't go as expected, but that's when you learn to stay humble and put in the work and just do it the best way you can, yeah.
Awesome, man. I'm excited. It's going to be a great one, dude. I can't wait. I think, again, two superstars, two guys that, let's be honest, have some egos, but it's built on success. And I think that success translating to the ring and the intensity of the moment, two big names, going to make for a great fight.
I can't wait for it. Numero, I'll see you at the press conference, sir.
See you Saturday, Joey. Are you feeling nervous, boy? Come on, Joey. Show us your shadow boxing, Joey. Come on, don't feel the pressure, Joey. It's a lot of people from the UK counting on you. Your family counting on you. Do you feel the pressure, Joey? Come on, this is not the time to play, bro. You're getting too tense, bro, with the shadow boxing. Relax, take it easy. Best of luck Saturday night.
There he is, man. There he is. Thank you, Numero. Appreciate it, my man.
Appreciate you, sir.
I love this back and forth,
Yeah,
man.
that's bad blood.
I told you, the first presser, it felt like both of them already just had a dislike for each other, and that comes from competitive energy, and it comes from a bit of ego, but at the same time, both guys want to win, and they both are prepared for a fight. Listen, Joey hasn't had the most fight experience either, but he's in a good gym, and he's got a great coach in Tony Sims. That's a blood relative as well.
I was going to say, like we talked about with Demi Sims earlier, excellent coaching staff, and it seems like Numero's got some really high-level coaching teams behind him as well.
I'll tell you what, man. I know that we're going to talk to Joey in a second. I want to ask him. Numero looks solid on the mids, man. And again, you can't judge fights by how people look on the mids, but this dude, you know it when you see it. You know what I'm saying? He's cracking the pads. His feet are doing the right things. He's not, stumbling over himself, and everything's ready to go after the last one. So it's not just a 1, the 2, and in here, let's roll under and reset. He's 1, 2, 1. He's ready to go and fire off on combinations. So I will say I was surprised by his mitt work, for sure.
And what I really liked what Numero said is when he came into that first fight, he wanted the first-round knockout. He wanted the highlight reel.
Right.
It didn't go his way, but he wasn't deterred. He pushed through and got the victory nonetheless. Now let's speak with Numero's opponent, the one and only Joey Essex.
Hey,
Joey, welcome in.
Nice to meet you, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Feeling good.
Lot of chirping going on between you guys. This seems like some bad blood. What is the genesis of the problem with Numero?
To be honest, there's not really no bad blood at all, really.
Competitive energy.
Yeah, it's just obviously, listen, he knows he's going to get battered. And I guess that's hard to take. You know what I mean?
We saw him on the pads. He looked pretty sound technically. What was your assessment of him?
You'll see on Saturday. I mean, light work.
I love the confidence. I do. I think it's awesome to see you're so locked in and confident. But I do want to ask, where's it come from? Is it the training, obviously, with Coach Sims? Is it being in the gym with high-level guys? Where is all that coming from?
I've trained like a professional for I've done this camp for about 8 or 10 weeks now.
Yeah.
And I've been around the likes of like George Digard, Jimmy Sains, Spider, Conor Ben, obviously Tony, my uncle. He's training me, so I'm in good hands. And obviously, I've been fast-tracked 10 weeks as a professional in a sense. So, I feel like I've got the skills and the ability to take this man out quite easy, to be honest.
There was a fight with Deji that you were linked to last year. Didn't come to fruition. Now your Misfits debut has finally arrived. Can you just walk me through maybe the mentality, the emotions that you're experiencing during fight week?
To be quite honest with you, I'm quite chilled. I don't, you know what it is? I've done this for 15 years. I've done so long of, I know it's different getting in the ring and having a fight, but, just what I've done in my whole life and my career, I've been amongst, big crowds and, people, millions of people watching me. So I'm sort of a little bit used to it. It's different, obviously, walking out to a huge arena, about to get into a ring and have a fight. But, as we're getting closer to the fight, I'm just getting more and more confident.
Do you expect it to ramp up, the kind of back and forth, the trash? You expect that to ramp up a little bit this week?
Yeah, listen, genuinely, I believe that he's actually a nice person. Be real, he don't say nothing to me behind closed doors. When I see him in the hotel, he don't say nothing. Don't even look at me. So, but when I see him here,
he's not saying nothing.
He's nothing. When I see him, he's all that. So, listen.
When the cameras come around, he starts.
Be real. He's probably a nice kid, isn't he? But obviously, when the camera's on, he switches his little pathetic, weird talk he's doing.
Do you think between you and him that it does feel like there's a bit of a different mentality? Do you think that you've trained harder, you prepared yourself better? Do you think you just have more in the bank than he does?
Oh yeah. I looked at him earlier. No comment. I mean, listen, he's obviously trained. Obviously, I could have easily took easier fights. Someone who's probably not going to train, someone who's going to fall on the floor. I didn't want that. I want to put on a show Saturday night, and I want to show exactly what 10 weeks of graft, hard work, going to hell and back looks like.
You're very confident about a first-round stoppage. He's saying, oh, that's because Joey's inexperienced. What makes you so confident that you're going to be able to stop him very quickly?
Do you know what? A lot of people are saying he's the first-round knockout. I'm not even saying it's a first-round knockout. I'm just saying he's going to absolutely crap his pants in the first round. I'm telling you. Even before the bell rings, I'm going to look at him. I'm telling you, you'll see it. Yeah, millions of people are going to see it. You're going to see him literally flake. And you'll see me on him. You'll see. So that's what's going to happen. And
dog mentality, baby. I like it. I like it.
I just know what type of person he is. He ain't got it.
Joey Essex, I can't wait to see you at the press conference, sir.
Good luck to you, man. I love that. I love that energy, dude. That's awesome. That's sick.
That line right there.
Oh, here we go. Hold on. We got a little
might
bit
have
of
to
a
get some
face-off
security.
here. Yeah, this is
organized
a little
over here.
dangerous to do without them having security between
There we
them.
go. SAUK on
We almost
the
had
move.
we almost had something else kick off as well.
Yeah, I saw Chase running around being held back.
Of course it was Chase, right? Of course. But they're having a nice conversation over there. He's probably telling him what he told us. Mate,
Yeah.
you don't have it, mate. I'm going to stick it on you, mate. That's
That doesn't
kinda-
even
that's
sound
kinda-
like him.
That was like
We
a little
just
bit
spoke to him and you forgot.
I just go right into my Conor McGregor impression. What are you talking about, mate? Stick it on you.
I do like that
Sorry,
one line
everybody.
that Joey said where it was, I could have taken someone easier. I could have
I
fought
love that.
someone
No,
that's
I do. I
easier,
love
right?
that. I love that.
The recognition is, look,
Yeah.
this guy isn't a pushover, but I'm going to make him look like one. And if it pops off, trust me, you guys will be aware.
We're locked on over here if it does pop up. But yeah, no, I enjoyed that. A little bit of realism there. Like it's easy to come in here and be like, yeah, I'm gonna knock this guy out. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be it. I'm gonna walk through this guy, yada yada yada. But if you do at least add some concession, like, hey, listen, I know he's trained. I know he's ready for a fight. Which is why my performance is going to be that much more. I'm fine with that. That's a good point.
Well, talking about ready, let's take it to the man inside the ring. The number 15 ranked IBF boxer, Sean Hemphill. Silky Sean looking fantastic on the pads. This is world class.
Yeah.
This is elite. This is the highest of levels that you can see within any type of boxing.
Yeah, I'm watching. Obviously, he hits mitts better than I ever will in my life. And he's obviously a high-level boxer.
I don't know about Wade. He looks like a young Wade Plemon there.
Stop it. But I'm looking over across the ring at his opponent, Ty Mitchell, who's standing there, not a worry in the world on his face
He's
right
flexing.
now. He's flexing on us. He's ready. But this is what is a little bit different than you'll see in a lot of the crossover space. Neither guy looks at each other as like, I'm scared of this guy. Like, oh, this is a bit. I'm scared of you. You've got more experience than me. These are two high-level fighters that are going to go in there and compete in a combat sport. And this is why I love Misfits so much. Is you can have something like Joey Essex and Numero, where it's two guys that are not so high level.
Little T and Afghan Dan.
Well, okay, I don't know. Don't know what that fight was, but again, that was on my undercard. But this is a different thing because that is a little bit of fear, right?
Yeah.
It's your first time or second or however many, and you don't know much about your opponent. These two know that they can box. These two know they're world class. It's just about now, who's the better man, right?
Yeah.
Who's the better man? They're both skilled. They're both high level. We're gonna find out.
And here he is, Sean. Welcome
Man,
in,
Sean.
Silky Sean
What's up,
Hemphill.
baby? How you doing, man?
Now, what I really enjoyed about come right here.
He wanted to stare Ty down.
You
He
want
was
to,
like,
hey,
"Where's
lock
Ty
it
at?"
on, lock it on.
Yeah, we like that.
What I loved about the face-off that we did earlier today is both you guys are so confident the other won't last inside the ring. What about Ty Mitchell speaks to you that lets you know, hey, he's not on my level?
Just the experience level. He got like 6 professional fights. I mean, this is about to be my 22nd professional fight. I've been in there with world-class fighters, world champions, so on and so forth. So got a lot of experience, and I have a lot of skills, and I have a lot of heart. And I'm ready to showcase it August 30th. So y'all make sure y'all tune in.
Tune in, baby. Tune in. Live on Dazn. What I like about Sean is that there is no crowd that's going to shake him ever. He's played road opponent so many times. He's been over here. I had one little fight in the UK, and all week when I was there, I couldn't sleep. I was so worried about the time difference.
Real tough.
It was in front of people that I didn't know.
Yeah.
My people weren't there, and it was just a weird thing that I couldn't adjust to. He lives like this now. This man is a
Yeah,
world-traveling fighter, and I think, Sean, that's going to help you out in so many ways, coming into, again, kind of enemy territory here a little bit, and having to put on a big performance.
100%. That stuff will eat you away if you let it. But, man, I've been here before, and I plan on doing what I always do, come up and steal a show.
X Series 6, 2023. You competed here on Misfits. Now you're back 2 years removed, WBA Gold Intercontinental Champion. Does this kind of feel like, okay, a homecoming of sorts? I was here once. Now, at a different point in my career, I'm back?
Yeah, a little bit. I appreciate the opportunity. I'm happy to be here and happy to be back in the UK.
It's got to feel, too, though, as you know, that Ty Mitchell is one of the, I would say, golden boys here at Misfits.
We'll turn and let's look at him
I
as
think
he's
that
shadowboxing.
it's
Let's
pretty
see
well
what he
known.
looking like. What he looking like?
Well, you tell us. What do you see in there?
He relaxed. He feeling himself a little bit. We're going to see how he feeling on Saturday night. Yeah, Dad? Yeah, Dad? Look at Pops, man.
Pops is there with him as
see
well.
You, Pops.
But you You know that this is someone they definitely have a lot of hopes behind, right? They're pushing him. They're fast-tracking him. He is in a position now, again, against you, a far more experienced guy. You're going to have to play a little bit of spoiler here. Does that give you a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit more motivation?
Man, that's what I always come to do, to spoil the milk, man.
Spoil the milk.
Make weight. I hope you make weight. Man, come on now, bro. Trust me,
they're telling you to make weight in there.
I'm the professional here. You dig?
How is the weight? How's the weight?
The weight is good. Don't worry about the weight. I do this shit.
Fatty?
Fatty's crazy,
What the
Clifton.
heck?
Fatty's crazy.
Look at yourself, daddy.
He's a has-been, he says.
That's okay.
Well,
I'm
listen,
doing this shit.
I love this, though, man. I love it. I think when you have a little bit of this back and forth, like you've
It's fun.
It's
I'm
fun.
enjoying it,
Exactly,
man.
yeah.
Come on, man.
That's what it's about, right?
It's a Jet 2 holiday.
He's
for
got
the
the
young ones right
trans,
there.
baby.
That's for the young
Silky Sean, lastly for me, this is an individual in Ty Mitchell who wants to take everything that you've worked for, your ranking, that WBA gold title,
Facts.
right? Your placement in boxing. How do you stop him on Saturday night?
It's not happening. Don't worry about that.
Tell these people at home.
Don't worry about that, man. I'm about to steal a show. Make sure y'all tune in, man. Saturday. It's Silk the Champ. Let's go.
There he is.
Silky Sean Hemphill, baby.
Love it, dude.
High-ranked IBF boxer. I mean, this guy is world class.
Bro, you're feeling it with every fighter. How big this card is. You're feeling it every time we get someone over here for an interview. They know that this is one of the biggest cards that Misfits has put on.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to steal a show. Obviously, Sean does as well. But I love it, man. This is a guy not traditionally from the crossover scene, a experienced pro boxer, and even he knows the amount of eyes, the moment, the importance of this matchup. It's so sick to see, man.
And we've spoken
I'm
a little.
just jacked to be back. I'm sorry.
He's just happy to be here,
It's just
baby.
so sick, like to be a part of it again, and to have this position and I don't know, man. It's just it's fun to be back.
Man, it's great to do this with you.
It really is, bro. Before this, we never did one.
No, this is our first time.
Let's go, dude. Yes, I like
love it.
I like it.
But the thing that I like the most, I think, between this matchup, right, two pro fighters, is they do have that understanding of the mic. They do understand how to build and promote, and to me, that's the big outlier that I always look for.
Of course, and also there's a little bit of the gamesmanship over weight. You heard it there, Ty Mitchell's team being like, lose weight, fatty. And him going back and forth. But it's little things like that. When you're at that experience level, just little things that you can pick at to maybe get in someone's head and maybe have them think twice and maybe have them focus on the wrong things. It's not like, going in there at the smaller levels, guys like will get upset if you say you're going to knock them out.
Yeah.
At this level, they're like, okay, we expect to do that.
Par for the course.
But these little things, like you better make weight, you better should be a professional. We're the professionals. That kind of stuff gets in people's heads, and it'll be interesting to see how Ty handles it.
Well, talking about handling
Right now,
it,
he's
he is
handling
handling
that,
those
bro.
pads.
Come
Golly,
on now.
power,
Come on
speed,
now.
precision.
This is what
from
I
Ty
talked
Mitchell.
about with Ty, man. His style is everything at the end of his punches is deadly. And look at that reach, man. For a guy of his weight, he's taller than me, reach longer than maybe a country mile. He can stand in one corner and stick a jab out there and hit you in the other corner, dude.
He's like Plastic Man.
Go gadget arms. You
Fantastic
know what I mean?
Four, Reed Richards in
Literally,
there.
but it's so dangerous because the end of that punch is devastation. We saw Idris Virgo take that punch and be in a position we'd never seen him before. Like, what did I just get hit with?
And Idris Virgo went 5 rounds, I believe, with former UFC champion Benson Henderson. Henderson couldn't crack Idris at all.
He's undefeated.
And Ty gets him out of there in just a handful of rounds.
This is why, we heard Sean talk about the experience, and he's right. He has 19 wins as a pro. He is a WBA gold champion. He's fought in 22 fights. That's all true. But you know who else had more pro experience than Ty Mitchell was Idris Virgo. He's a 13-0 pro, had never lost, and Ty made it look easy. People don't realize his pro experience may not have been the ring experience in front of the public that everybody else has, but he has gym experience, some of the highest level guys in the UK. His amateur experience was insane. This is a little different than just I have more experience than you. And again, I think it's going to show on Saturday.
I was going to say the sparring stories with Ty Mitchell are things of legend almost, right? The rounds he's gotten with Dillian White, with Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
You hear about those stories and you think, man, this guy got to be someone that you got to watch out for.
And not only you hear about, how he did in those stories, but just being around those people and the professionalism of their camps, right? And seeing what a world champion trains like and then training like a world champion. That kind of stuff is irreplaceable. No matter how much experience you may have, you're not those guys. And he's been in the cooker with those guys in his entire life. So, again, I'm really excited to watch this fight because there's still some people with questions.
Mm-hmm.
And Saturday will be Ty's opportunity to answer those questions. And I think he will.
Beat his ass.
This is what I want to see Ty do. Is I want to see him be in his element like he is on every fight week. But it's been relatively quiet. Idris Virgo was a little bit of a back and forth, a little personal, a little too personal.
Idris went a little crazy.
A little crazy
during that week.
But you saw him keep his composure in his hometown, and now again, here we go. It's his big moment, and I think he's going to do great.
And when you think what could be next for Ty Mitchell, right? Top 15 world ranking, title contention potentially.
Once you get a ranking, it's off to the races. And again, we talked about he is in his 30s now. He's at the unction, as we'll say. He's part of the unction. He and I, we're two unks. You know what I'm saying? It's a 30 for 30 and no ESPN. You feel me? But that means it's time to go.
Yeah.
That means put the rocket ship on. You win this one, and it's go time. You get a ranking, and it changes everything in the pro boxing.
Ty, welcome inside our little booth here. A little bit of back and forth that you had with your opponent, Sean Hemphill. How do you feel?
Yeah, listen, I feel good. It's a bit of banter in it back and forth, so. We're really now on fight night. Do you know what I mean? I can say this, he can say that, but I know he can't take my power.
When you think about that performance you had against Idris Virgo, we talked about how. I have no idea where Chase is.
We'll have to locate him
Nathan Martzone inside the ring, Chase's opponent, looking for him. But Ty, let's take it back to you, right? Taking out Idris Virgo, making it look easy. How did you feel that night in Derby?
No, I didn't box well. I wanted to beat him without him hitting me once. So I was more focused on like getting out of the shots, and I was doing a bit too much. This is a 10-round fight. I'm gonna get hit. So we're doing a 10-round fight. I'm gonna get hit. He's gonna get hit.
You aren't? No, you're not gonna. Nathan, you can't fight now. We're at the open workout.
Ty, when we talk about your performance versus Idris, you wanted to be slick.
Yeah.
You wanted to not get hit, but you talked about it just a second ago. You don't think he's going to take your power. I expect you to be a lot more aggressive here in this fight and really look to make a statement on Saturday.
Yeah, look, I think with Idris and Tommy, they're not good boxers. So it's hard to look good. Sometimes you box to your level. Sean's a good boxer, so you'll see the best of me now because I can actually show you what my boxing IQ is. The other ones is more like a demolition job, a steamroll, a bit of a, do you know what I mean?
It was.
Well, this fight, I'll take a few shots because I'm going to press it, but I'll give a few, and this will be like, obviously, look, on paper, my dad said it's like a racehorse on a donkey. We shouldn't be in a ring together. So it's going to look even better when I beat him. And
That's
I
a
want
good point.
him to give me his belt. They're not sanctioning it, but it's for the same weight, same amount of rounds, everything's the same. I want your belt. If I win, you have to give me your belt.
I like that.
The big confidence point for Sean Hemphill was his experience, was the fight with
He was
William
super
School.
confident in our interview about that. He's like, listen, this guy's not experienced enough. He hasn't had the work I've had at the highest level. Been in there with the highest level guys. And I think, again, the public hasn't seen that yet, but we've heard the stories. We know who you've trained with, the world champions you've been in the ring with, and I think Saturday's an opportunity to prove that.
Yeah, listen, he does have more experience than me in the ring, but you've got to put it into perspective. Outside of William Skull, who he lost to, and Mark Jeffers, apart from Mark Jeffers, who good has he beat? Every time he stepped up, he's lost. The 2 fights he's lost. Then the people that he's beat is no better than the people I've beat. And what he doesn't know is, in the past so many years, I've had 70 fights, I've won 17, and I've knocked 15 out. He fell for the trick. It's too late. He's in. I can't pull out the fight.
He said,
we'll see.
He said, I got him.
On hook, line, and sinker, baby. Ty Mitchell, can't wait to see you at the press conference, sir.
Thank you, Numero. No worries. We got fighters everywhere. Thanks, Ty. This one right here, man. I'm telling you, for all the excitement we get from crossover boxing and all the big names we get, if you want to see a proper fight,
it's this.
It's that fight right there. Obviously, our main event, our co-main event, you're going to want to watch those. But a proper boxing fight, one that they'll talk about on the Ring Magazine Twitter, one that they'll look at and say, hey, hold on a second, this Ty Mitchell guy, we need to start paying attention to him. Or, hey, Sean is who we thought he was, right? He is that guy. He is a world-level guy.
It's a unique, I don't want to say Rocky Balboa-esque story, but for Ty Mitchell to take so many years off and now, boom, he's up in potential top 15 contention. I love both sides of this story. And for Ty Mitchell, lot to prove here on Saturday night.
10-round fight, too.
Longest of his career.
Longest of his career, and that is, I mean, again, whatever you trained for, whatever rounds you did in sparring, it does change, right? It completely is different when you step in and do 10 rounds in front of a live crowd, and the belt's not on, but again, should be a top 15 WBA contender there. that you're going to have to fight. Things are different, so we'll see how Ty handles it. I liked what he said about his power, though. He's like, I just don't think he can take my power. Like, he's a good boxer, but when I stick the left hand on him, that shove taint, I want to see how does he look if that power isn't as successful as he wants it to be, right?
Yeah.
I want to see that because right now, Ty has hit everybody with a left hand and a right hook.
And they go away.
And they're done. Literally, they go away. Idris has gone away. He vanquished him. I'm just saying, that's what happened.
You're going to get some mean tweets after this from Idris Virgo.
What happened.
He's going to be scooping you, man. You got to watch out for the scoops.
I like Idris. Idris is like my favorite person, by the way. I think Idris is awesome. And if people don't understand it, I legitimately think that. But the point is, if Ty isn't able to put him down, then what happens? How are you going to win rounds and box and show some power and show some defense? That's what I want to see.
Because at that level, you can't just knock everybody out inside a handful of rounds.
This is why
you
we're doing
need to
this.
be able to bank the rounds, figure out how to out IQ somebody, which is not something we've seen Ty do. Not that he can't, of course, but it's time to prove it on Saturday.
You don't know until you know, right? You don't know the things you don't know. That's until we find out what he can do in a 10-round fight, which is this Saturday. You don't know.
We're waiting for our next fighter here to get in the X Series 22 Open workouts, but I do want to mention something that happened a moment ago, which was Natan Marsan got in the ring, asked for chase, and then left. Wade, as far as first impressions go, I'm kind of confused.
Well, I watched him throw like 3 punches, and it looked like the first 3 punches he'd ever thrown. So I hope that that's not the case. I mean, I'm lying?
Right,
It didn't look great. But he had the showmanship, right? After that, he was like, hey, let me do something else. And then he called out, Chase. He's like, hey, I'll do something I'm good at. I'll talk.
Who's currently being held outside of the
Chase,
building.
Him and Chase almost got into it a second ago. Here's his stablemate behind us, Amadeus Ferrari. It's funny. It's kind of crazy how all these things work together. Ferrari's in the ring. Salt Poppy's walking around. They had a fight just not too long ago. So that's familiar territory. But
small world. It's shared commonality.
It really is.
Let's talk about that. Ferrari, main event in his debut in London last April, and looked really fun the first couple rounds. All electric, all high-octane action. Maybe not the most technical of guys, but when you want someone to bring a fight, you bring Ferrari.
I'll tell you this. He's not the most technical on a pro level that we've seen, but he knows how to throw punches. He knows how to fight. This guy does boxing in his free time, MMA in his full time. Sometimes he brings the family in. The dad gets involved. You never know what's going to happen when this dude shows up. But what I do know is that
It will be fucking murder, bro.
it will be, in his words, a murder on Saturday night. That's what he said. But that's what I love about him is that he's a fighter's fighter. Like, fuck technique. Sorry. Screw technique. We don't care.
That's two.
That's twice I've done that. I'm not used to being on national syndicated
But
television
it's
anymore.
brawl. It's brawl.
Yeah.
That's what he brings. And the question is, Salt Poppy could handle that. Salt Poppy's chin was conditioned for it. Will Raheem Pardesi's be? That's the ultimate question.
It's not even, to me, about chin. It's will you play the game?
Yeah.
Right? Like, Salt Poppy was very negative with him. He was like, all right, walk forward, do that stuff. I'll cover up, turn you in the corner, and reset.
Yeah.
Will Raheem play into the mind games? Because this is what Amadeus does so well. He didn't show us much there.
He's already gone.
He's gone. He flashed the watch at me, and it almost blinded me. The ice was crazy. But he will play the mind games, and he will get you in an over-emotional state because that's what he wants.
Yeah.
He wants you to fight him. Yeah, bring that here, and I'm going to knock you out. That's his whole deal.
Hi, bro.
Here
More
he is.
ice than a glacier.
man.
Here he is, the
Woo!
Polish
My
sensation.
goodness. Icy.
Yeah. And tomorrow, Diamond Grills is coming to me,
Oh,
so
again.
for the press conference.
Dripped out, baby. What we expect from you, Ferrari, man. It's so good to have you back. The fans were begging for Amadeus Ferrari to be back on X Series, and you're here opposite Raheem Pardesi. You called Raheem an Uber driver last week. I'm curious. Now he's in front of you. What do you make of him?
I did not hear that.
You know, the main question is, where is Mr. Tikka Masala? Where is that scared bitch, you know? Where is Mr. Tikka Masala? Where is he? Why he is not here?
When you say Mr. Tikka Masala, well, for those, who is that?
That will be his face after our fight, you know?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Raheem. Damn, that's Raheem.
You know-
he was here earlier. He did some work on the bag. He
Yeah?
said that.
What he do? What he do in the ring?
He did some mitt work.
I know he's a master in. So he do it in the ring.
I don't know if he
He's
did all
very-
that.
He's very courage, you know.
Might be an illegal move. But
know if that's
I
sanctioned.
do want to ask, the question that many people had following your fight with Salt Poppy is, will Ferrari have that same brawl mentality, or will you fight more reserved, more technical? What can the fans expect on Saturday?
You know, there is a two different type of opponents. Salt Papi is good, and he's a piece of shit. I can, you know, it will be shame for me if I will be training for that beach. You can check my Insta story. For the last 2 months, I only going to casino and partying on a Malta and Thailand, you know.
What's Salt Bobby's nickname?
No. He's Salt Papi. I like that
Okay,
guy.
now you're not gonna say the other one. I was like, the other one's hilarious.
Of course, but you know, that was a boxing fight.
Yeah, you had to talk a little bit.
They protect him, specific rules. On the street, he's still a little kid for me, you know. I can grab him by his hair and do whatever I want with him, you know. Just toy him, but yeah.
So, what
But
Team
Salt,
Rahim?
everybody likes Salt Papi.
He's a great guy.
But nobody likes Rahim Pardesi, you know.
No, yeah.
Even his whole country.
Oh,
He's
okay.
a fucking shame to his country.
Oh, wow.
I think people write to me every day that he's biggest shame of his country, and he didn't have a national passport to his own country after our
wow.
fight.
Oh, they're gonna take his passport after the
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
They're gonna deport him.
I will take his passport and I will take his wife for the one night.
Okay, wow.
This will be just one night stand.
All righty.
Just one night.
Just one night. I will say he was talking about how you're going to gas out. He's like, you're going to have one good minute and that's it. And he said that's like how you are in the bedroom as well. He said you had about 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah,
and that's it.
he know because before our fight, I have one meeting with his wife, and you know that was quick job.
Okay.
Quick by intention or just quick by happenstance?
You know, I'm Ferrari, so I'm fast.
That makes sense. It makes sense. He's a
Fair
Ferrari.
enough. He's not here for a while. He's here for a good time,
Good
short
time.
time.
It's a good time.
When you think about what's going to put Rahim Pardesi away, how do you finish this fight on Saturday?
There is a two scenario. First scenario is he's the boom, like I don't even try to knock him out and he die. The second is I will playing with him like a cat playing with a mouse, you know? Like I don't want to put him to sleep very quick. You know, this guy make me very angry when he open his stupid, ugly, dirty rat mouth, you know? Because he talk shit like they are all liars. He can't make a weight, bigger weight. So for the last 2 weeks, he told me that I need to cut more or he didn't fight.
He said that to you?
Yeah, but he's a fucking liar. I have in contract bigger category. And 2 weeks before my fight, he told me, no, he need to have less.
Unbelievable.
Can't do the contract changes that late in the game.
2 weeks
Or he
before?
didn't fight. Yeah.
This is crazy.
Wow. Well, I wish Rahim was here so he could.
You look like you don't believe me. I can show you my fucking contract.
I believe you.
That scared bitch don't want to
That's
fight
wild,
in the
though.
category that he signed.
That's wild.
That's crazy you wouldn't believe him, Wade.
I believe it. I'm a believer in Amadeus Ferrari. All right.
I
I'm a
want to ask
believer.
you mentioned this on the digital face-off that we did, that you would be willing to put $100,000 on the line and your watch. Is this bet official?
No problem for me, but
what's he putting up?
2 kilograms more, and I put my money and my Rolex on the contract. 2 kilograms more because I you know, win with him it will be easy. But I wanna eat something today.
I was gonna say, what do you want? If you're putting up the watch and the money, what do you want from him?
The weight that we
The
first
original weight.
agreed.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
He wants his soul. He
Yeah,
wants
I was
his
gonna
heart.
say, I don't know where that was going to go. I asked, and I didn't know where he was going to go with that. But all right, listen, man, I'm excited for this one. I
can't
think they're
wait
going to
for
put
it.
on a show. I mean, we know Ferrari, man. He comes in and wrecks house. Like every time he fights, it's entertaining. The Polish people behind him. I'm excited.
And it's not even the fight. It's going to be the press conference. It's going to be the weigh-ins. Ferrari, what do you have planned the next couple days? Because I know that things are going to pop off very quickly.
I need buy cool clothes for tomorrow, and I can't eat and drink, so I will be just meditating.
I love it. Last one for me. Natan Marchand, your stablemate, getting a title fight in his debut. We didn't get to see much from him.
Yeah, what was going on there?
What can you expect on Saturday? What can fans expect from him on Saturday?
You know, he fight with big woman. I think he will beat that big woman, and that's it. You know, Nathan is a very strong guy from Poland. This is our Polish pride. So I think he will eat him alive on the press conference, and for the desert, he whoop his ass in ring.
I love it.
Yeah, let's go, man.
Ferrari, I cannot wait to see you at
Appreciate
the
it,
press
brother.
conference.
This man right there, dude.
I would say
throw me under the bus mid-interview. What is that, dude? What is this guy doing?
That's wild, man. You wouldn't
Way
believe him
wild.
like
You
that.
didn't believe that shit.
Ferrari, you getting this?
I was like,
But when you think about guys that are electric, right? Guys that just are must-see TV. Amadeus Ferrari, I think, fits that bill. There's Natan over there. I'm so confused.
I don't know what happened earlier. Chase was like being stopped by security at one point. I don't know who he was going after. Was he going after him? I don't know. But
with Chase, it really could be
know,
anybody.
Did you know? Did you notice what Amadeus said about how he was going to win? or how his buddy was going to win. He said he'll beat him in the press conference. He made sure to start with that, and then he said the fight, which I agree with. He probably is.
Listen, that's how I've always played my fights. I've never been defeated in a press conference.
You did, yeah.
And
You
that's
were
all that matters.
You cooked in that game, so impressive, dude.
All right, let's take it to the first ever Misfits MMA fight.
This is
Warren
gonna
the
be a fun
Mechanic
one, man.
Spencer. Look, what stands in front of Warren Spencer is a true tall mountain, right?
Yeah.
Dylan has all the grappling upside, has the MMA experience. Warren Spencer, though, doesn't lack confidence, Wade.
No, not at all. I mean, as far as striking goes, I would even say Warren's a far better striker. It's not even close to me. So I think that if it stays there, it's a very good night for Warren Spencer. If it doesn't stay there, it could be a bit of an issue. Now, again, we'll talk about it more and more. We're talking about a boxing ring, not an MMA cage. We're talking about, maybe a little bit of a more labored takedowns versus shoving someone up against the ring or up against the cage and trying to do it that way. I like what Warren is showing here. He's showing movement, right? He's not letting himself be flat-footed, very much on the balls of his feet, a lot more bladed, in and out, and trying to circle. You're going to have to, because if we know Dylan, he is going to try to grapple. It's almost not even a question that that's what he wants to do. Single leg, high crotch, put you on your back, and whatever submissions he has.
When you think about the takedown, the offensive wrestling from
Yeah.
Dylan Dennis, what stands out to you? Because we know his jiu-jitsu is great, but if he can't get it to the canvas to use it, then that really could be problematic for Dylan.
No, for sure. Again, I can speak to my experience. Dylan took me down with relative ease. It was not a problem at all. Now, again, I wasn't preparing to fight him. I didn't necessarily really even know what I was getting myself into with that spar, but he's pretty decent. I have to admit, he's really good. I couldn't do anything. I could not do a single thing about it. If I wanted to, still couldn't have. But again, I'm not Warren Spencer, and I'm sure he's trained and put himself in the best position possible. But once he's got, this is what Dylan has. He's not overly strong, but he's got an innate sense of where to put you and where to manipulate and how to control in all aspects his grappling. It doesn't feel like, he's going to overpower you, and he's not trying to. I remember at one point in our spar, he had me on the ground and was like, "You're using too much strength. You're going to gas," while he was on top of me in full
He's
mount.
teaching you as he's
like,
dominating you.
You're going to gas, dude.
Wow.
You're using too much strength. And I'm like, shit, he's kind of right, because I'm just like framing and trying to get away. And he slapped me on the ass. But so he has just a mastery of that game. The biggest question, and we talk about this in MMA all the time, is can a striker stop a grappler from grabbing it? More times than one. And if it doesn't, it's not going to go well. But if the grappler is made to stand, or if Warren can get up off his back or avoid takedowns and defend those, it could be a different fight. It's just going to, that first 30 seconds is really going to tell us, I think, how this fight's going to go. If Dylan gets in on an easy single, it's going to be maybe a short night. But if Warren's able to defend, circle, tag him with something on the way in, frame again, that could get very interesting. And how about this? Warren Spencer got nothing to lose here.
Yeah, all upside.
This is all upside for him. Imagine if he beats Dylan Dennis. Oh, my God, the internet will explode. Everybody that wanted to see Dylan Dennis lose in the Logan Paul fight, maximize that times two, because it's an MMA fight. This is where Dylan's supposed to be.
His backyard.
This is him. So if he can't do that, it'll be a field day. But this is why I respect Dylan coming into a little bit of the enemy territory once again. This is not his domain. He just wants to fight.
Yeah.
When I sat down with him, all he talked about was, I just want to fight. I know everybody thinks I'm just talking all this. Dylan's a fighter. Trust me, he cinched up a choke on me. He wasn't even trying to. Just a little, man. I thought my larynx was going to fall out of my neck. I was like, dude, I can't talk anymore. Congratulations. My career's over.
You've ruined my,
Yeah, way to go. But he was just playing. It wasn't even that serious. Imagine if he gets a hold of Warren Spencer's arm, neck, appendage,
with intention to kill.
With intention to put him away. It's going to be, I don't know how Warren's prepared, but it'd be really tough for me to believe he could stop that.
I want to touch on the fighting spirit that Warren Spencer has. Stepped up on short notice against Nick LMAO and was able to defeat him.
Yeah.
Now, relatively short notice here for an MMA bout against Dylan Dennis, right? There was no question that he believes in himself, has all the heart and ambition to win, and that's an intangible that you just can't teach.
No, you can't. And again, I talk about nothing to lose in the upside here. That gives you confidence a little bit, right? That the pressure's all on the other guy. That I can come in here and be myself and look for, that underdog story, that one shot that potentially can change everything. That's what Warren's doing here. And like you said, the confidence is built through all of his other fights and his skill set. We've only seen him box. He was a kickboxer before he ever boxed. So, and he has kickboxing matches and he has MMA fights. So there is more experience than maybe we even know and we've even seen.
might be playing the fiddle a little bit, right?
Could
Might be
be.
downplaying the
Could be.
skills, the anti-grappling that he possesses.
Could
He
be.
did say during the face-off that, if he submitted Dylan Dennis, wouldn't that be something? So who knows? Maybe.
What did he say?
he said something about submitting Dylan.
Oh, he thinks. Oh, I don't know about that. That'd be if that happened. That would be.
You talk about breaking the
ridiculous.
internet.
No, that,
yeah.
I would put all the money I have on that not happening. no shot that that's what's going down. Warren, I love you, but you're not submitting Dylan Dennis. But I just don't think that in any way, shape, or form, this can be allowed to go to the ground.
Yeah.
Again, I know that Dylan's a Marcelo Garcia black belt. This is not someone to play around with. Whether you think, oh, Bellator fighter, not a real I'm telling you, you're wrong. If he gets this fight to the ground, I think it's going to be a short night.
ADCC experience, IB, JJF
It's not even,
experience,
like,
that's the best of grappling that you could possibly get to.
And people haven't seen, he's missed the past however many years of his career with a torn ACL twice.
Mm-hmm.
He tore it, decided I'm going to just start training again because fuck it, I'm a fighter. Again, say what you want about Dylan and mentality. The guy's a fighter's fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Goes in and tears it again and is walking around after he tears it the second time with a knee brace, still trying to figure it out. The guy loves being in the gym. We did the training session. That day I was in his gym. It wasn't really a training session for him. He was like, whatever. Does that, then does another training session and another one after that on the same day. This is what he does. He lives in the gym. And again, his high-level experience. I'll tell you this, too. Don't sleep on his striking. Maybe not, in boxing has the craziest hands, and we saw Logan Paul, do what he did. But I got kicked in the leg, and it didn't feel great. And then he feinted that one to the leg and came upstairs, and luckily I'm tall enough for it to just kind of whiz by the old schnoz there. But if he would have landed it, I'll probably, again, career over, dead.
But I want to ask you about this. It's been 6 years since Dylan Dennis has been victorious in any setting. Most fans remember that night with Logan Paul on the prime card.
Sure.
A pretty disappointing, lackluster affair from him. Is there an extra added point to maybe prove on Saturday?
For sure. No, for sure. This is Dylan's moment to get back in. I wouldn't say the good graces because that may never happen, and I don't know if he wants that to happen. Dylan loves the hate.
He likes being the villain.
He wants to play that, But this is his opportunity to remind people, oh, y'all thought, that I was whatever. You thought that the boxing match meant anything? Watch this. And he has been begging for a fight.
Mm-hmm.
They almost did a fight with him and freaking
Tony
Eddie Hall. Tony Ferguson,
The
Eddie Hall.
GFL, yeah, rip GFL.
Protect your neck over there. He just wanted to fight somebody, That's all it was. You like that? He just wanted to fight somebody. So this is his moment to get back in. When I say the good graces, I don't mean MMA fans. I mean MMA promotions, Misfits, people that want to put trust in him, that not only is he going to show up, do the job, which, by the way, he was going to show up and fight KSI the last time they were going to do it.
Yeah.
That instilled some trust in me, and he did the Logan Paul fight. So I think this is a way to go. If y'all forgot who I am, I'm not a boxer, I'm a fighter. And I think he's going to prove that on Saturday.
Let's take another look inside the ring at what Warren's been up to. I'm seeing a lot of uppercuts. I'm seeing a
I
lot
see
of
some
strikes
kicks.
up the middle. Yeah, give us some kicks, Warren.
He said, I ain't doing none of that. He ain't doing none of that over here.
But I like that because that shows exactly where his mind's at. Strikes up the middle are going to deter that
knees
offensive
too.
wrestling.
The big knees in the wrestling attacks. And again, you just want to give something to Dylan that gives him a reason to pause, to hesitate, right? You don't even have to stop a takedown if you can get yourself out of it and maybe not end up on your back, but just give him a reason to go, ooh, I don't know if I want to take you down right now. And now you've seen the knee up the middle, and now you can feint the knee up the middle. Here comes the right hand, or you can frame. There's a lot of things he can do off of that if he gets it in Dylan's head that he's going to throw it. If he gets it in Dylan's head that taking him down may not be the best idea, right? Again, I don't know how much of a factor it's going to be, but these rings are not made for MMA, right? They're not. So if you have a little bit of lean, if you guys can see on the camera, these ropes, they pull out a little bit further, and he can lean against that and use it to his advantage. That's easier for him to be able to not get taken down, get double underhooks, and try to circle out. But again, at the end of the day, I put so much importance into Dylan Dennis's grappling.
Mm-hmm.
And when it is, a bit ambiguous with the striking, like, yes, I think Warren's probably a better boxer. But as far as the actual striking in an MMA fight,
integrating it,
I don't know how much of a big difference we're going to see. We'll see on Saturday, but if it's not as big a difference as Warren hopes, again, it's going to be a short night.
Here's something interesting that I've seen that fighters have struggled with, early in their MMA careers is blending it and mixing it in, right? Striking into the grappling sequences or reverse. But for Warren, it's kind of a funny situation where he doesn't really care about the grappling. So there is no blending that's going to be going on. It's going to be purely the stand-up that is his primary focus in the MMA setting. So I don't know. I think that that's something that some fighters have struggles with that I don't think Warren's going to be plagued with all too much.
It won't be that. It won't. Maybe as far as just the striking, it won't be that, right? Where you're trying to integrate the knees and the feet in the hands. Why, we got a picture. Hold on.
Hold on. Yeah, we got a pose.
Media obligations. We know what we're doing over here, man. But I don't know if it will be integrating more strikes than just boxing. For me, when I saw Dylan throwing kicks, and by the way, Dylan can kick.
Yeah.
It isn't just a low kick. He hit me with one low, then came upstairs with it. And my boxing background, I was in bad positions. I wanted to be here and box, and I wanted to get off center line, not knowing I was going right into a head kick. Or I wanted to get over my lead foot, he would kick me in the lead leg. There's a lot of little nuances there that I'm sure Warren's more prepared for than I was. But then you add the fourth element, or the third element in this case. The fourth element would be, dying. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
The fifth element.
The fifth element, yeah, sorry.
Guys, when the sixth element comes.
Yeah, and then the seventh, and then 7 layers of hair. What that third element will be of the wrestling, right? So let's say you're ready for the boxing, you're ready for the kicks, you're ready for all those things. What Dylan can do so effectively is get you thinking, okay, well, I want to wrestle with you.
Yeah.
So now you're worried about that wrestling. Now you're a little skittish, and your eyes are down here, and then he can come upstairs with the kick. Don't ever do that again, because
all right.
Someone's pants almost ripped. I don't know. Those things.
These are very tight. I vacuum seal them every morning, and so it is difficult to really extend the hips when they.
I heard the seams come out. But when you see that like third layer of wrestling come involved, he gets you to think about it. Then the kicks come. Now you're rethinking about the kicks, and then he comes in on the single. So it's almost like doing algebra as like a 5-year-old. Like when you're trying to figure out, unless you're like a freaking wonderkin like Ben the Bane Davis, ASU, we get it.
Listen, I don't know if ASU students are doing algebra at 5. I think we're still trying to learn how to do our 1, 2s, and 3s.
But if you're able to play that game, and you're able to use that kind of equation to download whatever Dylan's doing, then maybe. But there's a lot more questions than answers when you're fighting a guy like Dylan because of the different setups. He may pull guard. He didn't even talk. He may, if he wants to, forget taking you down. It may just be wrist control, arm drag.
Ankle picking,
anything,
who knows,
body lock, and then getting whatever he wants from it. There's so many different entries. We keep talking about takedown, takedown, takedown. He may pull guard.
Trip.
He may
who
scissors
knows?
trip. He may do any of these Imanari rolls. There's so many things that Dylan does that Warren has never seen.
I want to ask you, though, and expand outside this fight because Misfits breaking into the MMA world is really, truly exciting.
Yeah.
Mams has wanted to do it for so long. Now it's finally here. Are there other names that you think would make sense for Misfits MMA? Who could be the next people to cross into this?
Well, I think the first thing is you have to find guys that are not obviously under contract. That's the big thing because, sure, I could say the names that people want to hear, like, a Jorge Masvidal or, some of the guys that have been under contract that are retired, right, that you may think, well, they're not fighting, but they're also not available, right? So, I don't know. There's got to be some guys that could come over. I mean, listen, I'm not really sure why we're not having Dylan Anderson and Tony Ferguson in an MMA fight here on
just
Misfits.
doing that, yeah.
Just doing that right off the bat. I know that was probably a GFL thing, and again, whatever happens or happened with that, who cares? But I think this one is where you could potentially see, should both guys come out with victories, maybe moving forward. But listen, someone that's going to have something to say about that is Mr. Warren Spencer, dude.
The mechanic himself, joining us inside the booth.
Bro. This is like some Dragon Ball Z like inspired type
walk
thing.
us through this.
Yeah, you got my respect, because he knows. Do you know what I mean? He just knows. He knows.
I'm like that. Come on, son. Well, listen, dude, you look good in there, man. You're not showing too much. I can tell you don't want to show everything in the bag, but you're showing some knees. You're showing, hey, Dylan, if you want to take me down, you're going to have to deal with some of that stuff. I assume that's on purpose.
Yeah, of course, man. We just came to move around a little bit today and just get everything flowing, because a lot of the time at this point in camp, you find yourself stiffening up a little bit. You've had a hard camp, and the natural reaction is just to rest.
Yeah.
Rest, recover, when reality is you need to keep
moving,
flowing, keep going. You can rest after the fight. So all the gains that we've built from the training camp up till now, we want to keep them, maintain them, and everything's just a little bit more springy this time. We've put a lot of time and effort into the sports science side of things. We've really, really enjoyed the camp, and it's just been fun without being too much of a geek there,
Can you break down for me your initial reaction when you got the call, hey, it's Dillon Danis? What did you think of that? I mean, that's a crazy opponent to throw at you.
Yeah, I think when Mams initially offered me the fight, I think he just assumed that I thought it was going to be a boxing fight. So my knee-jerk reaction was, yes, I'll smash him to bits. And then he kind of said, well, no, actually, it's MMA. Do you still want it? And I said, you know what, fuck it, let's go. I'm a fighter, and I know that if it wasn't for the fantastic paydays that you get as a boxer, and it was just, we got paid the same to fight essentially a street fight, which is what this is, then I'd be doing MMA. I don't really give a shit about the rules. I know that Wade was saying there's a lot to do with the ground game and stuff that I haven't really got to touch with, but MMA was always about what are you good at. If you're a good fighter, you're a good striker, so strike. If you're a good wrestler, then strike, then wrestle. Like, it's just raw, isn't it? MMA
like that.
is just use the tools that you've got. Use what you're good at and excel that. Get better at that. I'm not going to sit around wasting my time rolling around with Jits black belts, hoping that I'm going to learn any more than I know now in a 6-week period. It's just
can't.
It's delusional, isn't it? You know. So I know what I'm good at, and that's where my confidence comes from. Dillon knows what he's good at. That's where his confidence comes from. So let's fucking go. Let's have a fight.
Are you going to open up with a flying knee?
Superman punch. Windmill, flaming dragon kick.
Holy shit.
From the bell. Watch.
Dillon might just be dust if he lands something like that.
The flames off the kick alone just eviscerate him.
Kaioken.
I do wonder, you talked about you want to do what you're good at, and you know what he's good at. Obviously, there's going to be a clash at some point in this fight, unless, flying knee knock, whatever. There's going to be a clash. Obviously, you've prepared for that. Without giving too much away, what goes into keeping him at bay from what he wants to? We all know he wants to grapple. How do you keep him at bay?
Well, look, Dillon has, my camp is about defending the takedown. My camp is about defending the wrestling, reverse jiu-jitsu, whatever you want to call it. His camp should have been, how do I defend from the strikes?
Right.
What techniques do I have to use on this man? It's an intelligent game to stop him from striking me effectively.
Right.
The same way I have to stop his jiu-jitsu effectively. So we just looked at it. We didn't overcomplicate things this camp. We know what we're good at. We know what we're bad at. So we just go with it, and that's it. It was very logical. There's no big theory behind how I'm going to beat this guy in some weird, technical, crazy Dragon Ball style way. It's just going to be, let's fight, and I'm game.
Do you think that this being in a boxing ring and having these ropes extend like this is going to make it a little more difficult for him to get to your legs and finish some of those takedowns that we watch MMA, you've trained it and fought it. I've seen guys, the basic thing is drive him into the cage, pull him away from the cage. Drive in, pull away. Do you think a little bit of an advantage to help you out a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, you can put your arm right through that.
I'm saying,
It's hook a leg and,
Yeah, and Dillon, I'm going to assume he must have thought about this and gone, well, actually, it's not in an octagon, it is in a ring.
Yeah.
That is going to cause me some complications, but it's also going to give me some favors in there. So, again, I'm not a complete idiot with this sort of stuff. I know what I'm getting into. If the steel cage came down from the roof, then that would also be exciting,
That would be sick, like
Hell in a
WWE
Cell.
style. That'd be sick, yeah.
But then I'm changing my name to Peter Parkour, if that's the case. And linking up the cage, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. A Pettis deal off the cage. That'd be sick.
I do want to ask, you are such a big thinker, right? You have a sports science, approach to these fights. You know how many people want to watch Dillon Danis lose. How would it feel to be the guy to, provide that for the combat sports world?
I'm going to be the hero, aren't I? Let's face it. You can rely on me, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm going to sort this guy out.
Huge moment. It would be huge.
Yeah. And look, again, these are just things that I kind of said to Dillon. I said, look, you need to realize, bro, that you're actually in my world, whether you like it or not. You're in my ring. I've been an active fighter for the past few years, while you've been sitting at home smoking weed, Snoop Dogg, and being inactive and, having arguments on Twitter. I've been fighting. So you need to think about that and go, well, actually, I'm not just going to take this kid down and beat him up and strangle him. It's going to be easy, like taking candy off a fucking baby. Everything is firing on all fours. All cylinders are firing in there. I'm going to be alert, you know what I mean? Like a Cheshire cat.
Did you watch his video with Dillon Danis? Did you see them going back and forth?
You saw me get whipped if you watched. It was not good, dude. It was just like you said, taking candy from a baby, that's what he did. At one point, he got a little frisky with me. I don't know. I couldn't stop it. It was bad.
Look, he's telling me all these things he'd do to me if we were in a prison cell alone together. I'm starting to worry about him, really. I'm starting to worry which way he swings. But it's each to their own. I know, again, so he's invited you into the gym to roll around in jiu-jitsu and all this sort of stuff. Well, that's like me inviting someone off the street to come and get in the boxing gym and have a spar with me when I'm an experienced boxer. There's a word for it. It's called bullying.
I will say he took care of me. He didn't really try to hurt me. If he wanted to, I was in a position he could have done what he wanted.
It sounds like you enjoyed it.
It was, it was definitely a spot for him to showcase what he is and what he can do. And I think it was a message to you, right? And I know that you've seen it, and obviously you know the dangers of his grappling, but I love the confidence, man. I really do. I think this is, like you said, Kumite. This feels like an old school, before MMA was mixed, right? The best martial art versus best martial art. This fight is a throwback to it. I mean, with the ropes and everything, Pride style, I love this, dude. This is going to be great.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man. And like, I appreciate everything as well. I appreciate your take on, you're very logical yourself and you understand the game. So it's this isn't a huge just ego delusion trip for me. I know exactly what it's going to be. And do you know what I'm most excited for is what the fans get to see. Because this is what the sport's all about. Whether you like it, it's an entertainment sport. And if you're not ready to come in that ring and lay it on the line and entertain fans, then, you shouldn't be here.
Facts.
And, I want people to tune into this fight and go, do you know what? That mechanic guy, he's exciting to watch. I like it because he doesn't play it safe. He just goes in there and just throws down, and that's it.
Big respect, man. I'm so excited for this. This is going to be awesome.
The risk taker, Warren the Mechanic Spencer. Can't wait to see you at the press conference, sir.
Thanks, Warren. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks, bro. Wherever you need to go. Huh? You want to go that way, Coach? Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Warren.
There is just such an awareness that Warren has. He
knows what he's getting into.
Yeah, there's no delusion. He doesn't think that I'm going to be able to go in there and take him down or, get in there and survive the grappling sequences if they play out. He needs to shut it down, and he seems very confident that he can.
We'll see. I mean, again, Saturday is where all this gets proved. Again, very confident in what he's done and what he needs to do to get himself prepared for this fight. Again, I got to be honest with myself. I see it going one way if it hits the ground, and if Dylan can do that, it's gonna be a short night. What's up, Poppy?
We'll talk about short nights. This man's had plenty of them with the knockouts he's produced on this platform, but now the biggest test of your career, El Kukui, Tony Ferguson, is in front of you. Super Salt, Poppy, how do you feel?
Feeling good, man. As you can see, slick, sharp, much improved.
In what ways do you feel like you are better now than you were in Qatar against King Kenny?
No, I was good, but I needed to polish some of the movements, some of my punches and stuff, yeah.
When you look at Tony Ferguson, he is a very unorthodox striker, very aggressive, hasn't had the best of luck recently, but what do you expect from him on Saturday night?
Very tough guy.
Oh, we look good.
It's going to be tough.
I was making sure the boys in the back were moving around. I looked back here and saw Bobby looks great, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Sorry.
It is. It truly is. So what are you expecting?
It's going to be tough. I guess, but we shall find out.
I know he's fired up now.
You angered him. You pissed him off, Salt Bobby. Why would you do that?
Nothing personal, just doing what I'm being paid to do.
But I think that Poppy would even say this. That's the version of Tony he wants, right? You don't want a Tony that's not committed to coming in and fighting. You don't want a guy that's not committed to the sport. Whatever he has said or whatever Tony is feeling has rejuvenated him and has put him in a position to be the most dangerous version of his current self he can be. I think that's the one that Poppy wants.
Maybe Tony, he needs to be mad to get motivated. But me, I can go there with no emotion.
I have never seen you outside of one gear. You are the most cool as a cucumber guy, I think, in Misfits. It's kind of a small world, though, right? Ferrari's on this card. X Series 22 features Rockhold versus Till. Talk to me about just this event as a whole, man. How cool is it to be on this one?
I mean, I'm the co-main event. What can I say?
Such a big event, dude. It really is.
God did.
It's such a big event. We don't really realize it until we're down here interviewing all the fighters and you taking the co-main event slot. And honestly, if we're being honest, you might have the biggest opportunity here.
Yeah.
Because of Tony's name, because of the accolades, and because of your
everything to gain.
This is a massive deal. So obviously you want to go and get it done.
I'm gonna get it done, man.
If you do, maybe a message from Manny Pacquiao again.
No, not against him. No.
What is the way that this fight will play out on Saturday night? The finishing sequence, draw it up for me.
You shall find out.
Fair enough.
Man, if you were, you know
I
this.
can't. I know, man. I know.
Don't blink. Don't blink.
Don't blink is the message. I'm gonna tell Tony you said that.
don't get him mad, please. Come on, Tony, please go easy on me.
he said go easy. I'm dead.
Super Salt Puppy. I can't wait to see you at the press conference, sir. Thank you for the
Thanks,
time,
bro. Appreciate it, man. Legend. He said, Tony, go easy on me.
Tony, go easy on me. Don't blink, but go easy on me.
It's a very weird dynamic.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to knock you out, but hey.
But
Go easy on
it's
me.
kind of like bipolar.
I think it's just because Salt is such a good dude. And
Yeah.
he's not a trash talker. He never has been, right? You know, he's usually praying for his opponents at the press conferences. He wasn't even trash talking by saying, I want to knock Tony out. That's what every fighter wants to do.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to talk probably to Luke Rockhold and Darren Till in a second. They want to knock each other out. That's the goal. But I think Tony took it personally as if he's like, oh, you
It's an
not you
attack.
don't want to, you're going to. In your mind, okay, cool, watch this. You know, so it kind of brought more out of Tony, which I love. I want to see that, Tony. I want to see El Kukui, right? And I think Saturday, whatever the best version of him is right now, you've talked about it. He's coming off a pretty long losing streak in the UFC, but that's UFC. That's MMA. You know, this is boxing. And we've seen people revitalize their careers coming over to boxing from the mixed martial arts side. Mike Perry being one of those guys. And I just, you know, you guys will see an exclusive training video of Mike Perry soon. But I've seen him just focus on his hands, and it's changed his life. You know, maybe that's what Tony needs to come to boxing.
What I was going to highlight is in this 8-fight losing streak that Tony Ferguson is currently riding, most of the recent ones were plagued with grappling. It's the submission losses, right? It's being controlled and held down. And so erasing and putting all that aside, I think does position Tony to truly shine. Focus on what you're best at, which is the striking. And when you think about Salt Papi, he's not invincible. We've seen him been knocked out. We've seen him lose rounds and come up short on the scorecards. You know, he does have this aura about him, and he does have this fight-stopping ability, but let's not pretend that he's been perfect.
No, not at all. I don't think that if you're looking at this fight, you're looking at perfection from Salt Papi. You're looking at the imminent danger he presents to Tony Ferguson, and you have to be honest about it and say, most likely, that left hand comes across the chin, you're not waking up. You know, he is fast, he is dangerous, he is powerful. Perfection is not something I think about with Salt Papi. I think about imminent danger to Tony Ferguson. And I think that's the biggest part of it. Like, you never want to see a legend go out, but if he does make a mistake, Salt Papi has the ability to do that. And I think it's something, too. It's a weird spot for all of us fans because Tony is a legend. And he is one of the best fighters we've ever seen in the world ever, right? And to watch him come over and box is a super exciting thing, but it's also his fans coming over and being a little nervous, going, can he do it? Can he make that transition? And as much as Salt Papi is known as the TikToker guy, not anymore. That's a boxer now. So it's going to have a lot of eyes for that aspect of what does Tony have in boxing specifically versus the MMA? And is Salt Papi able to go Randy Orton legend killer?
And at least what I can provide being around Tony within the last 24 hours is he's dialed in. He is composed. He's focused. He looks great physically.
There's no question about that.
So I think that for all
Did
those
Tony
fans,
have a baseball with him?
He didn't have the baseball.
Like
but he had the glasses. He had the glasses on
Didn't
inside.
take them off.
Didn't take them off.
Gotta take him off. He learned his lesson with the injury, I thought.
This is a press conference. That's the move. They'll come off at the press conference.
Just saying, man, it's dangerous wearing the shades inside. It is. Is Tony not going to be here?
I am unsure of who is next at our open workouts, but Wade, we have gone on at
Tony.
length about the
Tony
co-main.
time.
It's Tony time, baby. Come on. Maybe I'll hit the the moves right before throw a little sand at Salt Papi. I mean, listen, truly being unorthodox might be the best pathway to victory for Tony Ferguson. Not being traditional, because look, Salt Papi's training with the Filipino Olympic boxing team, all these traditional guys, and for Tony to flip the script, and present some different problems that he hasn't seen inside the gym, that's going to confuse Salt Papi. It's going to make him question and pause, and that'll be right where El Kukui wants him.
Yeah, I mean, the way that you can get to Papi, we've seen, is when you make him fight a little negative, right? When you shut down a lot of what he wants to do. Anthony Taylor did that. Slim, after Salt Papi, got up on him early in the round, Slim was able to turn the tide and, again, shut down a lot of what Papi likes to do. We know he loves his backhand. Sometimes he loves his backhand as a lead out of southpaw, so it's almost like a left-handed jab, but it's a straight, so it hurts. But if you can smother him, and you can, maybe Tony has some Wing Chun, some cross-guard George Foreman stuff that he can bring, then things could get interesting.
Look at this.
Things could definitely get interesting.
The Blue Chill Prime Ice Hydration, lighter and cooler Prime Hydration Ice fuses our iconic quenching formula with smooth as ice finish. Embrace the crispness of ice, flavor that knows how to chill.
W. Reed, Ben. W. Reed.
W's in the chat, dog. But listen, we've talked at length about this co-main event. I want to turn the table to our main event of the evening.
Yeah.
Former UFC title challenger Darren the Gorilla Till is storming through the boxing landscape here on Misfits.
Right here.
He's right there. And and former UFC middleweight champion Luke Rockhold clash. I mean, I'm so excited for this fight.
Yeah, this main event is a crazy one, man. It's going to be, again, an eye-opening experience to see. Fox, come on.
Let's get Fox in here. Let's get Fox in here. We got to get Fox's breakdown on this.
It's going to be an interesting fight because we haven't seen Luke, box with the gloves on. We've seen him in bare knuckle. I talked to Mike Perry about that last week. He had some interesting things to say. Darren has had some interesting things to say about that. So I just think that there's a little bit of a learning curve when you come over into Marcus of Queensberry. And you know who's learned the curve is Darren Till.
Completely.
So,
and I will say this, as someone who's fought in BKFC before, it fucking sucks. And so I get how that night played out the way it did. But look, that's not just what he's done. Went and took out Joe Schilling in Karate Combat, has gone grappling. So Rockhold has gone around the combat sports world, and he's turning over all these other non-MMA stones, which does deeply excite me. But like you mentioned, Till has been tremendous so far. This is a step up. And so we've got Fox the G here to tell us how much. I know. All right, Fox, get out here. No, Fox, this main event, probably the best one that we've had in quite some time.
Yeah, absolutely. They're two what people want to call real fighters, which they are. I mean, they're going to go at it, and it's been real beef. There's been genuine dislike between the two of them, a real good build-up, and they're on a higher level than we're used to seeing on Misfits. So I think it's going to be great. There's a lot of good points there. I'm going to give my prediction. I'm going to say I've got Darren Till. I just think that...
I want you to stay around when we interview Luke, too, just to make sure.
I want you to tell Luke that.
I'm gone by then. Don't worry about that. I'll be out of here. No disrespect to Luke. I just think that Darren Till's boxing has just come so much farther than every other UFC fighter that I've seen put the boxing gloves on. So I'm just being honest.
That's honestly a great point. Like, we've seen so many guys transition from MMA to boxing, and it hasn't gone well.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes they get better as time goes on, but Tyron Woodley didn't transition.
He's getting comfortable.
It's his ring here. You know that. Come on now. This is his house. But you've seen guys not do so well, and Darren stepped into the sport and looked fantastic right away. Like, it wasn't even a question that he belonged in Misfits and in boxing.
No transition period, acclimated right away. And talking about someone that's acclimated to the ring, it's one young Fox the G. Sir, you just had a beautiful performance against Waleed Sharks. That night, everything seemed to click. What was your assessment on that performance several months later?
I'm simply the best, baby. It was the walkout, and it was the performance, and it's everything that you're going to see going forward. We're coming for more this year. All the smoke. We're here.
What is next for young Fox the G?
Hopefully that goddamn belt. That's what we're coming for. Yeah.
I don't see why not.
I just need the call, man. I just need the call. I've stayed training. I've stayed sharp. I've stayed in shape. I've never not been in shape, to be honest with you.
Dude, he's dedicated. The guy has uprooted his life to come to the UK and box. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about it off record a little bit last night, but he basically was like, hey, this is business. I'm taking this so much more seriously than anybody expects that I am. Anybody expects me to. And it baffled me when I was like, bro, you live out here now. Like, this is what you do. And he was like, I don't want any distractions. He's like, I hate it here, but,
Food's not great.
But he was like, he's like, I need to be somewhere. Well, okay, I didn't want to put him out like that. But, to be in a place where you focus and you don't have the outside distraction of I can go to this party or I can go to the beach or I can go and see family this and that. And that's a tough place to put yourself in. I couldn't do it, right?
Yeah.
I can't do that because I want to be around this, that, and the other. But that's a dedication that he has.
It's full commitment. Full commitment. And
Wow.
But I love this story, man. Dearborn, Michigan, right? A kid who was at X Series 1 doing the ring announcing of all things.
So crazy.
Now the number one contender.
Yeah.
The hottest prospect in the division, right? This is a type of story that you see in Hollywood, but rarely do you see it in real life, yet that's what you're living, Fox the G. When you think about a clash with Lil Cray Cray, how do you shut down the Southpaw sensation?
Listen,
is that where we're going? Is that?
Hey,
Cray Cray's the champ, right?
Yeah.
There's no other stop. There's no other stop. What other pit stop is there going to be? I went from my first fight. I went to a guy that had more experience. So I fought the lighter guy, the more experienced guy, and now I'm going to fight a combination of both. I have a lot of weaknesses that I see in this kid's game. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to come on here and say it, but he posts enough footage, don't he? There's a lot to study.
It's funny when someone says, I see a lot of weeknesses. I'm not going to name any of them.
You don't want to let them know you know.
Why would
it's
I?
A game.
Yeah.
I'm in his head. I'm in his head.
It's fine. I don't need to say them out loud. He knows what his own weaknesses are. He tries to hide them. It's fine. The more you try to hide it, the more it shows, and I see right through it. Yeah, that's it.
He's locked in.
Yeah,
he
bro.
locked in that
Yeah,
answer.
He's gonna fight right now, dude. You keep asking those type of questions, see what happens, buddy.
We could. No, because he knows that, so I know he knows, Wade. No, I love it, man. Fox, anything that you want to leave us with here at the Open Workouts?
Man, tune in on August 30th because this card is the best one we've had in a while. It's real deserving of a pay-per-view. You've got a little bit of everything. You've got MMA fighters. You've got an MMA fight in a ring. Don't know how that's going to work, but I'm guessing it will, hoping it will.
He's too young for Pride.
Yeah.
Man, don't remember them Pride days, buddy.
But, yeah, man, tune in.
Fox, thank you so much for the time, sir.
Appreciate it, Fox. Someone take him to the store, man. Get a different fit on. Jesus.
Toys R Us. Take him to Toys R Us. Maybe like Build-A-Bear.
TK Maxx. That's what it is out here, right?
TK Maxx.
TK Maxx.
Zoomies, dude.
Hey, guess who's in the ring?
El Kukui, Tony Ferguson, the former
in the ring.
UFC interim lightweight champion, making the boxing debut. And Wade, like we've talked about so much today, MMA fighters crossing into the boxing waters has had very mixed results.
Yeah.
But those that have succeeded, what makes them victorious?
I think if you have a natural aptitude for boxing, if it's something you did in your youth, if it's something that you've wanted to do, Tony's talked about that, how he wanted to box, how that was his first love. He wanted to be a boxer, and his father didn't let him, but you got to move over, buddy. There's a big show going on here, all right? I don't know if you know. But that was something he wanted to do. And honestly, Tony's striking does lend to a bit more of a boxing transition. You take away the kicks, you take away the wrestling, and his striking is a bit unorthodox, but I think it's such a good marriage between him in MMA and him in boxing, especially what he does in a fight. He breaks you. He breaks your will. He's never stopping. He will walk forward through whatever you got, and if you're still there, he's going to put it on you more and just drown you.
There's a legendary photo of all of Tony Ferguson's opponents, right? The picture of their
I saw
faces.
that. He was
The
putting it out there,
carnage that he causes on guys like Donald Cerrone, Anthony Pettis. You know, some of the best of the best that Tony Ferguson has made look like roast beef. But I do want to sort of note how
Arby's?
The effectiveness is still there with the power, right? Knocked down Michael Chandler in many people's estimations. Knocked down Bobby Green in many people's estimations.
Justin
King Green,
Gaethje.
excuse me. Justin Gaethje had the knockdown on him. So I think that when people look at this streak that he's on, granted it's not fantastic, but there are glimpses.
There's moments.
There's lights, exactly.
There's moments. And a lot of the moments have been with his hands, right? A lot of the things that he can bring to boxing, his hands, his ability to strike, uppercuts, straights, hooks, everything else. And it's more of just a mentality with Tony, right?
Yeah.
When Tony gets in, it's mental, like how he wants to break you is mental. His physical doesn't matter at that point. He'll probably tell us the same thing. If he's hurt, doesn't matter. I'm going to go through you anyway. You've hurt me. You maybe win in a couple rounds. Doesn't matter. I'm going to go through you. And it's just never say die, never. And look at this. We got a little bit of running the ropes here.
Hey,
by the way, I love the elbow drop.
Baby,
I
he's
like
embracing
that. You see
the
that? He
ring.
ran the ropes and dropped the people's elbow down.
I don't
Nice.
know if WWE, AEW wants to sign the
needed
young
was- yeah.
Tony Ferguson, but El
Listen,
Kukui,
He'd be dangerous. He'd be dangerous. Intercontinental, then the U.S., then the World
Him
Championship.
versus The Miz. Let's
Oh, bro,
book it
run
at the
that.
Clash for Paris.
Him versus Logan. Run that. We're ringing a boss in real quick. By the way, I love that Tony's rocking the stars and the stripes
Yeah.
for his shorts here.
Well, talking about someone repping the stars and stripes. Mams Taylor, back inside our booth here. El Kukui, Tony Ferguson, an MMA legend, and now here he is fighting on Misfits. This is fantastic.
El Kukui, Tony Ferguson in a Misfits ring right now. We got Luke Rockhold over here.
Look, I just want to
We
say,
got-
look at his face. Look at how excited he is.
Oh, man.
This
I
is-
mean,
do you realize who that is? Like, people that are watching at home, I hope you realize who that man is and how excited he is how we feel. That's a former world champion. That's one of the best fighters I've ever seen with my own two eyes in our presence. So it's a different feel. I get goosebumps talking about it. It's a different feel, man. It really is.
You know why we are good at what we do? Because we are real fans. We are fans. We grew up on this. We grew up, these are our heroes, our legends. They're all in the ring fighting this Saturday on Misfits 22. It's going to be spectacular and special. Listen, Tony Ferguson against Salt Papi. That fight right there.
Banger.
It's an absolute banger. It's a 50-50 for me. If you know, Tony's got the experience. He's battle tested. Tony and I spoke, and Tony was like, I am going to win this fight. I am doing everything I need to do to win this fight, and he's so determined. It meant so much, I could tell, and I really felt it. Salt Papi, calm, cool, collected. You know what he's about, but when the lights come on and it's the big occasion, how's he going to perform? It's a 50-50 one for me. I can't wait. It's going to be a big, big banger. Then let's talk about Luke Rockhold against Darren Till. Darren Till is our guy here. Luke Rockhold visiting, but maybe he's making Misfits his home. If he becomes the champion here, that's absolutely a great look for us. Darren Till as well. And I'll just say this. A lot of people, and I love Darren, a lot of people pick Darren, I've spoken to, but do not overlook Luke Rockhold. That guy looks like Captain America. I've just said hello to him. He's like 3 times my height, which, Wade, you're like twice my height. So
He's bigger than me, for sure. I trained with him. I got to see what they put him through. This guy works out with 2-pound gloves on. And when he gets sweaty, they're like 4 pounds. And he's just digging. It was like 12 rounds I watched him hit the bag. He just didn't get tired. I was like, what are you even made of, dude? 30 seconds and I'm done. That's my girl.
He's
Sorry.
also got like the best wardrobe ever too. He's dripping in the outfits here. I don't know what he was, was wearing earlier, but Luke Rockhold has a sense of style.
Drip, what are we talking about? The stars and stripes on the shorts? Let's go, baby. Every time I come over here, man, I need somebody to represent the U.S. of A., baby.
I do want to ask you, Mams, Wade and I were talking a moment ago about all the MMA fighters that have crossed over into boxing and the ones that win, what makes them successful. I'm curious for you to weigh in on this. You know, what have you seen be the best traits, the characteristics that make these MMA fighters successful in their boxing entries?
I think they have a strong boxing background as well. They've adapted well. Look, it's very different when you're fighting in MMA and a boxing and the stance you have. When you're boxing, you got to worry about the left hand and the right hand, but there's more to it than that because it's the angles, the uppercuts, the hooks. So what are you looking for? When you're fighting MMA, you can't take that kind of angled stance as much, otherwise you get taken down. So it is really a different sport, and the adaptation comes from, I think, understanding the difference.
No, I agree. And I think, too, it lends to what Tony does well. You look at when he butchers guys. Yes, he can do it with those nasty razor elbows, but he does it with his fists more than not, right? And, again, I think lending to his boxing experience, but also his mentality, you shore up a lot of the things that are more difficult in the MMA space, like you're not having to defend takedowns. You don't have to worry about kicks. You can defend in a more broad space now. You can get your head off center line and not worry about a kick coming up and smacking you in the temple. All of that stuff, I think, just lends to what Tony already does well. And, again, his gas tank is unlimited. And, again, we've seen, as much as, people are saying Salt Poppy this, Salt Poppy that, he does fight negative at times, right? He does fight and get a little bit, complacent in moments. And I think if you do that to Tony Ferguson, that's a nightmare waiting to happen. That's when El Kukui comes out. That's when he starts licking his chops and going, oh, I got you. And that's when the fight changes.
I was going to ask you, Mams, for Salt Poppy on Saturday night, massive, monumental opportunity in this co-main event spot. What does he need to do, in your opinion, to take out a guy like Tony Ferguson?
He needs to stay calm, keep his composure, weather the storm, and find the right opportunity. Don't look for the knockout, but if it comes, that left hand, it's right there,
I've just got to say, you would not be
able to guess. I just saw a swim move. I just saw a swim move.
Yeah, look at the style. Look at the agility.
I saw a swim move. You do that in football. I saw Tony's a multi-sport athlete. He's talked about it before, right? Football, baseball, boxing, MMA.
And what unites all of it, the common thread between every physical, focus that he's had is this demonic work ethic, championship-level work ethic to unorthodox and zany degrees. But when you think about how Tony Ferguson preps for these types of fights, Mams, I mean, it's chaos.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just got tired thinking about it, to be honest with you. So it's another level. I was actually thinking about, I think he posted on his Instagram one time, of him puking after a workout. Imagine the level of workout that's going to be to make this man puke. Because for me, I'm like, first 30 seconds of jump rope, get me a bucket.
That's the mentality, man. Again, that's what Tony has he's reigned over that dominion for all his career. Where everybody else wants to quit or everybody else is looking for a way out, Tony's looking to go deeper into it, right? He's looking to go further into that darkness. And again, I think this is another opportunity for him to show people that mentality, the physicality that comes along with it, and just, again, his skill set directly in boxing. It's going to matter, and I think he's got it.
Last one I got for you, Mams, for right now is about the results over the last couple years for Tony. We talk about showing the world something, right? I think that now is the time for Tony to prove and remind everybody, look, here is what I can do. Here is how good of a fighter I can be, and disregard all of the, frustrating setbacks of late.
Listen, I've seen some comments, and I think we've touched on it. I've heard Tony talk about it, and this is what's going to drive him that extra mile of like, all right, I see what people are saying. I will prove everybody wrong. I am still Tony Ferguson, and I am still a champion. And that's basically the mentality he has coming into this, which makes him the most dangerous Tony Ferguson that we have seen for a long time.
I love it, Mams.
We're going to talk to him right now, yeah.
We'll have you back in here, Mams, in just a little
Thanks,
bit, but
Mams.
it is time for the former UFC interim lightweight champion.
I'm so pumped, dude.
One of the most historic win
I'm so
streaks
pumped.
in company history. Now here he is. It's Tony Al
Tony,
Kukui
how you
Ferguson.
doing, man? It's good to see you, Tony.
Tony, you showed us some really amazing footwork, right? The agility seems to be back. The speed's there. How do you feel ahead of your boxing debut?
I feel crispy. I feel pretty good, man. Manchester's treated us well, so it's been a great fight week so far.
When you think about Salt Poppy, right, he has been flooring people inside this promotion, improving with each fight. How do you tear him apart on Saturday?
Very specifically, game plan with my coaches and make sure that we go out there and we instill that game plan. So he's going to have his hands full come Saturday night.
Tony, we've seen a renewed focus, a renewed spirit, and I think Salt Poppy might have made a mistake. I think he said too much. And I think I've seen El Kukui in the latest interviews, and even now, just the energy you're bringing now, I think he might have woke up a monster. Can you speak to that?
It's been a long time since I've enjoyed this kind of stuff, and it's been a long time since I had an open workout. So I'm glad to be here and glad that Misfits and Mams and KSI could give me a platform to be able to go out here and demonstrate all my talents. I can't fucking wait.
Oh, I'm so excited.
You seem fired up.
See, he's buzzing, man. You can see the energy is there. He's ready to go. And again, it's a lot to prove for Salt Poppy, but I think Tony wants to prove a lot to people as well in this fight.
I got nothing to prove. I got nothing to prove to anybody except for myself. This is a different fight compared to everything else, and I put a lot of time and effort into places where I was uncomfortable in practice, and I'm comfortable in the fight.
Wearing the stars and stripes
Let's
here
go.
in Manchester, UK. Talk to
like.
me about representing the States abroad, baby.
You know, I couldn't find shorts that had Mexican and American shorts, but otherwise I would have. I've always been really proud in any sport that I've ever played, football, baseball, wrestling, basketball, whatever it was. I've always had the national anthem. Any person who's smart is proud of their country, you know, and where they come from. And just has a little bit different meaning to represent myself on a different level.
Last one I got for you right now, Tony. People out there are looking at Salt Poppy and saying, yep, it's going to be him in this co-main event. For all the naysayers, all the people that don't think you're going to show up and perform, what's your message to them?
Stay tuned. Buy my pay-per-view, bitches.
Fair enough, Tony. I can't wait to see you at the press conference, sir. Thank you for the time.
Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it, man. It's Tony time.
It's Tony time, baby.
Tony time,
It's Tony
man.
time.
Let's go.
You messed up.
I was like, is he going to endorse me right here, bro? I was like,
Hey, you gave
Shoulder,
Bill a darce
be
earlier,
careful.
man.
But again, I love it. It's not. He's right though. As much as we think, it's a lot to prove to a lot of people that have been fans of his or maybe detractors, whatever. To him, it's not. It's about him.
Yeah.
Right. It's proven to himself that whatever he still wants to do in combat sports, he can still do and he will still do. I like the mentality. I like that he's willing to come up here and be like, nah, that ain't about y'all.
Yeah.
It's about me.
Championship demeanor,
Yeah.
right? Let it all flow off the shoulders, has the objective, has the mission, and faith in the team to get it done. So if you weren't a believer, maybe that might have converted a couple, right? The
never know.
evangelism of El Kukui. Don't know about it. But let's take it to our guy, Luke Rockhold, inside the ring
Yeah,
here.
man.
Boxing debut for the former UFC middleweight champion. Really excellent striker throughout his career,
Yeah.
but most known for that top control, right? Dominant top control, raining down
Bro,
hell.
he one-arm guillotine Mike Bisping, dude. Like, what
Yeah.
are we talking about? He one-arm guillotined a man in a professional fighting sense. It's incredible.
At the
It's
highest
almost
level.
it's almost like a disrespectful choke. Like, to be able to one-arm guillotine a guy is like, it's almost like getting Ezekiel choked. It's almost like being on your back in full mount and choking the guy from your back. It's really hard to do, and it just showed the level that prime Luke Rockhold was in, dude. AKA that entire gym, just born killers, iron sharpening iron, and he was at the top of that gym. This was the man right here. This was a world champion in 2 different promotions, and I think people have forgotten that.
And if physiques could kill, I mean, Luke Rockhold would be like a serial murderer.
Yeah, I was
think.
gonna say you're sweating a little bit. Can we,
Hey,
we figure it out here?
whoa. But you just had the pleasure of training with him, getting some time in
I
with
did.
the gym.
I wouldn't call it pleasure because it was pain.
It was tough.
It was
yeah.
pain, dude. It was awful.
But what were the takeaways? I mean, when you were training with Luke, what were you seeing?
I couldn't believe the amount of endurance, the amount of focus. Again, we talked about the training gloves. I've never seen someone train in 2-pound gloves and make it look like 8s and 10s. Like there was no difference in speed with having the 2-pounders on. For me, it felt like having Hulk hands on, except they were loaded with cement. And I was like, all right, here we go. He's like, keep your hands up. I'm like, I'm trying.
I can't.
There's
I can't anymore.
a world on my hands.
My forearms are blown up right now.
This is not working. But it was just effortless, really. It was dedication. He's super pumped to show people again his boxing. When I talked to him, he's like, listen, no one's ever seen me box. you guys may have seen bare knuckle, and and I'm with him that that's a completely different sport.
It is.
Like, you don't have to be a world-class boxer to be a great bare knuckle boxer. You just have to be tough as nails, iron, and honestly, one punch changes everything over there, right? Where it's not the same as having a skill level that I think Luke Rockhold does, and I know that Darren Till does. That is something that he's really, really excited to prove. That his boxing is improved, that he's been able to focus on boxing, and it's something that, again, I think he wants to show people. Yeah, you saw me with the question mark kicks, and you saw me head kicking guys and really just being a monster with my kick game, but here I have dance too.
And that's what I think is important for Luke at this point in his career, right? I mentioned it earlier, but going into Karate Combat, taking out Joe Schilling, experiencing
big-time win,
BKFC, right? Like, there is a ambition for Luke to turn over every single page, and it makes sense that now he's here at Misfits Boxing.
Yeah.
Look, Wade, I don't want to call it destiny.
Let me tell you, Wade.
But it seems like this was an eventuality based on what Luke Rockhold has been up to the last couple of years.
Yeah, the way he's moved through combat sports, it seemed like, call it destiny, you could just call it the choices he wanted to make to come into boxing as something that he had never done, right? He's almost conquered every other combat sport.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu, grappling, UFC, kickboxing, karate combat, all that. And now he comes into box, a lot to prove to himself and maybe not others, but to himself. And again, the guy he's going to fight, Darren Till, is acclimated so well, and we have him here.
Well, let's talk about Darren
let's bring
Till.
him in.
Here he is, the gorilla
There he is, man.
inside
How
our
you
little
doing,
booth
Darren?
here. Darren, once again, Misfits main event pay-per-view
Yeah, flex
on
me like
Dazn.
that,
A little
bro.
bit
You
of a
didn't have to
look
flex
at
on us
that.
like that. Jeez, man, come on, rolling on it like it's nothing. What?
It's fake. I don't believe that for a second. Till, talk to us about this fight. Luke Rockhold making the boxing debut. He's looking pretty all right on the pads. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I've said what Luke is. He's a former UFC champ, so I'm taking him seriously. Don't think he's taking me too serious, so it's all good. But he's looking good, yeah. I mean, he looks a little bit stiff, but no, yeah, he's looking good.
He said something about how he was juicing earlier, or you've said he's juicing. What's the seed
juice
of this?
Tell us the juice here.
Steroids.
Do you think that Luke is using?
He's juiced at some point in his career, Annie. I mean, all the tests came back negative now, but yeah, he has probably been a juicehead at some point or another.
What do you think is going to happen on Saturday night when you start connecting with the left hand?
Let's turn Darren this way.
I don't know. I just think we're both going to come in with our strategies. Obviously, he's got his strategy, I've got mine. But yeah, I don't know. I just think what I'm going to implement is going to be more than what he's going to be able to implement on me, and that's the end of it.
I've talked, Darren, about how important this fight is to you. I think this is an important fight because you've always seen yourself as a world-class fighter. And I think a lot of people think the same thing. But I don't think this is just about boxing with you. I think you look at that man over there and you see he had UFC gold at one point. And he was a world champion. And I think it means a lot to you to go out and do what I think you know you are and compete and maybe beat a world champion.
Yeah, to prove I'm better than Luke and beat Luke, obviously is a big thing for me because I don't take fights lightly. Like, Luke's been throwing some comments out there about training and stuff like that. I don't think he knows. So for me to get a win and a knockout over Luke, it's massive for me. I'm not going to downplay it. I'm not going to downplay Luke's credentials either, but, you know, Luke's downplaying mine. He said I don't even deserve to share the ring with him. So
Do you think that's him overlooking you a little bit?
I don't know.
Could just be trash talk, could be.
Luke's not the best at trash talk, is he? Let's have it right.
That's why I think it may be real. Like, that may be what he thinks. Like, you just don't belong. But I think
if that's his opinion, then I can't stand there and change Luke's opinion. If Luke thinks I don't deserve to be in there with him, I can't change that.
Third Misfits main event this year, taking out AT in January. Then the dentist, Darren Stewart, almost had the buzzer beater in Derby. When you reflect
that was crazy,
on that,
by the way.
amazing
That left
fight,
hand
right?
was crazy.
Great back and forth.
Walk off, just like left it there.
It was a bit of a cheap shot.
As he was
had
kinda
the back because he
getting
was
out
on
of the
rope,
ropes.
He turned around.
Oh,
It
well.
was still a nasty shot.
Obviously, though, cheap shots all day.
It's fighting, you know. But how are you better now than you were in May?
I just go back to the gym, don't I? And just trying to learn on stuff that I've done wrong and stuff. There was a few things in that fight I've done wrong. So yeah, I'm consistent in the gym. Do you know what I mean? This year, this has been my third Misfits fight. I'll be fighting again in December on Misfits, hopefully. So that's it, yeah.
Breaking news on that one.
I know, yeah, right? I just got to broke some news there. But that's a big dude right there. Like, I'm 6'3", about 210. He's bigger than me. I trained with him for a little bit. Big guy. Any of the size concerning to you at all? I know that obviously weight class, whatever, but just the size when he rehydrates and everything else.
Yeah, 100%. He's a big motherfucker.
monster.
He's a big motherfucker, but this is not MMA. This is boxing, and he's shit at boxing, so we're all good.
Any last words for us before the press conference tomorrow, Till?
Nothing.
Fair enough, Darren
Showing
Till.
up to do the job, baby. Thanks, Darren. Appreciate it, man.
I know he's going to light it up on the press conference. I know that's where the gorilla is going to
Well,
come
you know,
alive.
I mean, if I could offer any insight and any help, he was on my overcard, and so I'd like to.
This really is the Wade Plem show, man.
No, man, it's crazy to me that I even get to call a Darren Till fight, let alone be on a card like he was on as well. Like, this dude is the real deal, man. And again, we've talked about it and we've seen it in the Misfits lore as far as the Darren Stewart fight, as far as the Anthony Taylor fight. Those were the warm-ups, and I don't mean to be disrespectful when I say that, but his performances, I think, acknowledge that fact for this moment. Mams was standing right here 30 minutes ago, and he talked about how Luke is Misfits guy, or excuse me, Darren is Misfits guy now. It makes sense. KSI's not been fighting. He's got the hand injury. They needed someone to step up and fill that role and be their guy. And Darren's done that. He's done it with his performances. He's done it by signing on the dotted line and continuing to fight over and over.
And he's the perfect guy for this promotion because of that personality that he brings, this enthusiasm, this
fan base.
Chip, exactly, the fan base, the chip on the shoulder. And, for Luke Rockhold, I think there is opportunity here, right? You take out a guy in Till who has main evented, right, every single Misfits event this year. That establishes you in your boxing debut as a true guy to beat for either the Jake Pauls, the Tommy Furies, right, the elite names that are
by the
up
way,
in that upper echelon.
He was supposed to fight Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury got a little scared.
Yeah, speaking of, where is Tommy?
I think some documentary he's going on right now. Some
He's got a Nat
hiatus.
Geo documentary that
But
he's
that's
shooting.
what I mean. I don't care what people want to say about that entire thing. Like, oh, Tommy was worried about him kicking him in the head. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He saw this guy was getting a little bit better than maybe he imagined at the time. And I don't know if it was a Tommy call or if it was a big John Fury call. But regardless, he didn't want to know parts of it. So who steps in? Who steps up? It's none other than the man right here, Luke Rockhold. And again, this is why he's a main eventer. Doesn't matter that it's Darren Till. Doesn't matter what the venue is. He shows up and shows out. Luke Rockhold joining us.
And here he is, former UFC middleweight champ.
What's up, G?
Luke, when you look at a guy like Darren Till,
Yes, that's for you.
This year, 2 fights, 2 victories, really great performances inside the ring. What's your assessment of Till as a boxer?
Darren's always been a good boxer. That's been his focus. So expect him to do that against the caliber of people he's fighting. I mean, there's a reason why this is his first professional boxing match, because those people aren't real fighters. They're not real with the hands in any realm, any shape or form. So, yeah.
Wade was telling us about how you train in 2-pound gloves, and obviously with the sweat, those get even heavier, but there's no speed reduction at all. Can you just inform us about this training camp, right? What you've gone through to apply yourself to the boxing ring?
Yeah, no, I've been isolating myself in boxing and really doing what the sweet science calls for. So, is working on my hands, keeping my hands up, working on my imperfections. I've been so good at kicking. I've been the best kicker in the world. I've been the best grappler in the world. I've focused primarily on that. I haven't been able to focus on my hands, and I'm still knocking people down. I'm still knocking people out. This is all boxing. I've sat down on my punches, and I've learned to hit with both hands as hard as possible. You know, you look at the people I've fought recently. You look at Paulo Costa. You look at Joe Schilling. Look at Mike Perry. I'm putting every single person on ice skates. Every time I show up, I hurt people, and that's without even focusing on boxing. Now I'm just focused on boxing, and I'm getting better and better. He might think I'm getting older, but I'm just thinking I'm getting warmed up.
There's been so much conversation in the last couple of years about the BKFC fight or the Credit Combat fight. It seems like you're kind of uncovering a lot of stones in the combat sports space. Was this an eventuality that you'd find your way into boxing?
Boxing is what I wanted to do from the beginning. This was, the bare knuckle thing was just, that was just
bag work.
Hey, it's like, when you think there's a hot girl, and then you're with her, and then you find out she stinks like hell. Okay. You're fucking getting the hell out, right?
You gotta take a shower.
You gotta wash that shit off. It's a stinky bitch right there.
You gotta be
Fair enough.
careful.
Bare knuckles, a stinky bitch.
But you've talked about how this transition to boxing is something you wanted to do. It's also a point you want to prove, right? It's also something that you want to show people, because you're like, listen, no one's seen me box. Yeah. Everybody thinks they know the answers because they watched Darren Till, and like you said, not the competition of your caliber. And I think that's a big point you want to prove this time around.
Yeah, no, I mean, I believe in MMA. He doesn't, he wouldn't exist with me. He wouldn't be able to have a chance. This is boxing, and it's gonna be competitive.
Oh, you decided to give him a little chance. That's all.
Well, I mean, hey, this is boxing.
Right,
This is
we'll
boxing,
do
and
this, give you a chance, but over there, it's different.
He's the man that was disrespecting me and discredited me and my skills and my hands, and he still is.
He did just say you're shit at boxing while he was standing here.
Mate, I hit harder. Look at Paulo Costa is one of the best boxers to grace the UFC. Who won that striking match? I was hitting him, putting him on ice skates multiple times. He never hurt me. He broke my nose. Yeah, but he never hurt me.
Darren did also say over here, Luke, that you're shit at trash talk. I'm curious what you think about that.
Man, if I could understand what fucking Darren's saying. I brought out.
That's a fair point.
Hey, good, I brought in my boy here from a fellow Scouser to translate for me.
Yeah,
you have a Liverpool translator.
I like that. Sometimes you have to. Man.
Hey, Liam, I'm gonna need you at the press conference, all right? You're gonna come up and help me out. Fuck, I couldn't understand half the shit he's saying. But all I know is, his face gets fatter and his eyes get smaller.
Damn, I like it. Dropping lines. What do you want to leave us with before the press conference tomorrow, Luke?
I got nothing. But love to get.
They're both ready to go, man. They've sat here and you can see it in their eyes, man. It's go time. The talking's done. All the promo is coming to an end. You can tell both guys are ready to step in.
We put it in, man. You know what I mean? Like last time it's press conference, it's one thing looking at each other like that after 5 more weeks of hard work, blood, sweat, and pain we put in. These are dreams. These are dreams that you need to make true, and this motherfucker's trying to take them from me. I'm not here for any paychecks. I'm here to do things that I've never done, and I'm here to keep going. And man is standing in the fucking way.
I love it. As Usman would say, taking what from who? Former UFC middleweight champ Luke Rockhold, thank you so much for the time. Can't wait to see you at the press conference, sir.
Appreciate it, Luke. My boy.
What a interesting open
Come on,
workout
man.
that we had. I think just quickly off the top of the dome, Nathan Martzone, weirdest guy of the day.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. I'm still trying to figure out what he was doing and where he was going. But, dude, I'm fired up.
Yeah.
Like, just having these caliber of fighters standing next to us as locked in as they are, Luke Rockhold is so locked in right now, dude. And, again, ton of stuff to prove for him in boxing. Darren Till is also just ready to go. This type of fight, you don't get all the time. I hope people understand how big a moment this will be on Saturday. And it's not just the main event. It's the co-main. It's that fight underneath. It's Misfits MMA, all of it on the same card. It's insane, dude.
It's just magical is the only way that you can say it. Well, I think that wraps up our time here at the Open Workouts.
Are we done?
They're turning the lights off on us.
Bro.
Yeah.
Give me something I haven't done.
Give me some, give me some juicy to think into,
It's like I never left, you know what I mean? Like I never left.
Well, for
My
Wade
man,
Clem,
appreciate it.
Ben
That
the
was
Bane
awesome.
Davis. We'll see you guys at the press conference tomorrow. Do not miss it, and make sure you buy the pay-per-view August 30th at the AO Arena in Manchester. Live on DAZN. It is Till